It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I should say Solo Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. While we wait for our co-host or my co-host to join us, hopefully here shortly within the next 35 years, I will be going solo until. All righty. Okay. And obviously, because I have no introductions, no intros to do, no Brother Rich, no NYC, AKA Rucker Park, no Double J, no TJ, whoever he's speaking for today, and no DOC, and nobody except for me. We'll just go ahead and start the show. Oh, my bad. I want to remind you all that the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit, or you can slide on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. And make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you. Oh, and for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so. And we'll throw it up on the screen. And you know what's coming next. If you're one of them folks who want to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That being said, let us start the show. All right. Again, until my co-host join us, hopefully, again, like I said, in the next 35 years. The first item on the menu for today's program is Real Talk. That's right, movie reels, Real Talk. Kevin Spacey's best. Now, what I did was I listed 10 of, even though there's more, I've listed 10 of what I feel are Kevin Spacey's best films. All right, must-see films, whether it's drama, comedy, action, don't make no difference. Kevin Spacey is one of the best actors out there. We all know he was embroiled in some kind of controversy. I'll forget the details, or I'll spare you the details. Let me say it that way. Aside from all of that, prior to his little situation he was involved in, he is considered one of Hollywood's best on-screen personas or personalities. So I'll read off to you. Excuse the camera angle there. His top 10, or not necessarily top 10, but 10 I've selected as his 10 best. But of the 10, or from the 10, I will pick what I feel is his best film of them all. So here's the list, and in no particular order. Baby Driver. If you all are not familiar with Baby Driver, I guarantee you all gonna want to check that out. Me personally, I'm a race car fan. All right. NASCAR, more so Formula One. But the driving, I don't even know who the young man is that was doing the driving in those scenes or in the movie. But I'm telling you right now, Thrill from Capitol Hill, baby. The boy had ski eels. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And if you have seen it, forgive me for being redundant, but if you haven't seen it, check this out. For the most part, they were, I don't know if they were bank robbers or what. There was a team of them. Jamie Foxx was in the movie too as well. And this young man, how old he was, I don't recall, but he was the getaway driver. And believe me when I tell you, the man had skills eels with a Z. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Hey, listen, the man had skills, okay? The driving scenes were some of the best I've ever seen. Matter of fact, in some cases, they might even rival, yeah, I'm about to say it, they might even rival some of the driving scenes in all of the Fast and Furious. How many Fast and Furious was it, by the way? 110? I mean, my gosh. They should have stopped at 77. But anyway, they rival some of the scenes, some of the driving scenes in Fast and Furious to me. At the end of the day, the young man would put headphones, he had headphones for whatever reason, and he would listen to this music. And whatever song he selected had a lot to do with how he drove, if you ask me. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, the boy turned corners. And he was driving a stick shift too, by the way. All right, that makes it even more. And it didn't matter what he drove. He drove a few vehicles in the movie. It didn't matter what he drove. For the most part, he was driving a stick, manual transmission. That is, for some of you all out there not familiar, all my automatic driving friends. The man was shifting gears, up shifting and down shifting. I'm telling you, if you're a race fan at all, then you'll understand the thrill that I'm discussing here. Okay, so Baby Driver is number one on my list, but again, in no particular order. Then we have The Usual Suspects. I mean, what can you say about Kaiser Soze? Kaiser Soze. I mean, come on now. What else can you say? Then there's American Beauty, which is a classic. It is. And then there's Seven with Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. The Life of David Gale, which is also an interesting flick. You look at the title and you might wonder, like, what is this all about? But I'm telling you, I mean, once I got into it, I was like, wow, that was one of Kevin Spacey's best. I believe it was really definitely one of his best. The Negotiator, we all know about The Negotiator. I mean, that's edge of your seat, nonstop action. You don't even want to get up and go to the bathroom. You don't even want to get your popcorn early when you sit down and watch that one, because if you got to get up to do anything, you're going to rewind it. I guarantee you that. LA Confidential. That was very, very interesting. It was almost kind of like a comedy of sorts, but a comedy drama. Did that make sense? Okay. A Time to Kill, classic. Glengarry Glen Ross. You all have heard me mention this movie on more than one occasion when we do Real Talk. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I have. Glengarry Glen Ross is one of the most underrated films of all time. Okay, let me take that back. Of my time, regardless of genre, comedy, action, drama, I don't know what all the other genres that might be out there. I don't know, anime, it don't matter. Glengarry Glen Ross is one of the most underrated films, regardless of the type. Does that make sense? You all have got to see that movie. What year it came out, I forget, but Glengarry Glen Ross, definitely. And then lastly, 21. Wasn't where I would put it at if I had to list them like in order. It might actually be 10, even though I got it here at 10, or it was my 10th choice. But at the end of the day, 21 was pretty good. But compared to the other movies I have listed here, it wasn't as compelling, let me say, as was the other or the previous or aforementioned 9. Now, many of you might say, how you don't have Usual Suspects? How you got Baby Driver at a Usual Suspects? I get it. Listen, Usual Suspects it was like a maze. Okay. And the first time I saw it, I was indeed amazed. I really was. But again, because I'm a race car head fanatic fan, I had to put Baby Driver. I had to list it first. And I know I said in no particular order, but this, as I get to explain it and breaking it down here, it sounds like I'm doing that, putting it in particular order. Okay. But I mean, I'm just saying here. And then many would say American Beauty. It definitely was up there. Like I said, it was definitely at one of the best. An all-time classic. You might say it's in a class by itself. I don't know. Would you? I don't know. I might not sure about that. The Negotiator, American Beauty, Usual Suspects. And aside from, again, Baby Driver. Matter of fact, I'll put Baby Driver to the side for a minute, okay? Because most people are probably more familiar with, obviously, The Usual Suspects, American Beauty, and The Negotiator, and 7, 2, and A Time to Kill. They got to be all four some of Spacey's best work, period. They do. They just got to be some of his best work, period. Matter of fact, those 4 films in particular might put him, okay, I know I don't do this often, but I'm getting ready to do it now. Talking about jumping out the jumping out the plane at 50,000 feet with no parachute. Those 4 films arguably put Spacey in the class of a De Niro, maybe, a Pacino, a DiCaprio. I don't know. You tell me. Those 4 were that good. And for me, again, personally, Baby Driver. I'm just trying to tell y'all, Baby Driver. So at the end of the day, I'm getting ready to pick, in my opinion, excuse me, Kevin Spacey's best of the 10 I've selected. Drum roll, please. Glengarry Glen Ross. Yeah, Glengarry Glen Ross. And not just because of Spacey, but because of the other heavy hitters that were in it. Matter of fact, if you give me about 16 clicks here, let me look that up and just give you some idea of the cast that was in Glengarry Glen Ross. Very underrated film, too, by the way. Very, very underrated. So bear with me as I look that up. Let's see here. Glengarry Glen Ross. Glengarry Glen Ross. Oh, 1992. Oh, wow. That's been a minute. All right. We're getting ready to go through the cast of Glengarry Glen Ross. And you all tell me, if you're out there watching, if you're out there listening, you all tell me whether or not if you think this was an all-star lineup. Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, Alec Baldwin, Kevin Spacey, Ed Harris, Alan Arkin, Jonathan Pryce. Those guys alone. And then I think it's another guy, Bruce Altman. Oh, and Lee French. Yeah, she was in it too. I mean, that cast. And then the storyline and the plot or whatever, however you want to put that, it was just off the chart too. I mean, come on, man. It don't get no better than Gary Glen Ross. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, The Usual Suspects, some of you all might argue me on whether or not The Usual Suspects, was his best film or not. And I would not argue against it if that's if that's which one you chose. Or even, again, American Beauty. Wouldn't argue against that if that's what you chose. Some of you might even say 7. Or The Negotiator or Time to Kill. I wouldn't argue against it. I just said my best is Glengarry Glen Ross. So what I will do now is list them in an order. I'm going again with Baby Driver's number 1, even though I just said at the time Glengarry Glen Ross is his best. I'm just saying Baby Driver's number 1 because that's how much of a race car fan I am. American Beauty would be 2. The Usual Suspects would be 3. Hold on, let me get the writing here. Be 3, 2. Time to Kill will be 4. The Negotiator will be 5. LA Confidential will be 6. And 7 would be 7. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't. Don't laugh at me, y'all. The Life of David Gale will be 8. And then, what did I say? Glengarry Glen Ross would be 1. Yeah, that would be 1 for me. Yeah, that would be 1. Then Baby Driver would be 9. Yep, 9. And then last but not least, of course, 21. So if I did any double talk or flip-flopping, by all means, please let me know. I done told y'all once, I done told you twice. The mind be slipping, like the transmission on a 68 Buick that's been sitting in the garage too long. Okay? Senility is real. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. Take your vitamins, okay? But yeah, at the end of the day, all 10 are favorites of mine when it comes to Kevin Spacey. But I gotta say, that Glengarry Glen Ross is number 1. And Baby Driver, is number 1. Again, just if you're listing them, but my favorite, don't have to be a number 1, but my favorite is Baby Driver. Please go check it out when you get a chance. All right. We're going to slide to a commercial break right quick. I know it's a little early. I don't have my co-host. We're gonna slide to commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't y'all touch that remote. I told y'all, put it back. Put it back.
It's Kate Cunningham, and you watching the Shop Report.
It's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Touch that dial.
Braxton Key, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Boy, forgive me, y'all. If y'all can see the technical difficulties on my end, it's unbelievable, this thing. I got to reach out to these folks and let them know that their product ain't doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, and that is my Real Talk Kevin Spacey's Best. If you have any disagreements with my list, the order in or the order out or the order within or which in, however you want to say that, then just give me a holler right here on the show. Leave your questions or comments, and I will address them. And actually, if any of my co-hosts do decide to join us today, we will go back at the list and we will get their takes on which of the 10 is Spacey's best that they like, or which of the 10 of Spacey's do they like best. Did I say that right? Anyway, we're going to slide on over to the Gridiron next, the second item on our menu. All right, as we continue on our the NFL season is just around the corner. And we said last week, this whole Deshaun Watson thing, we will have to do some soul searching and whatnot. But because we've already started doing our previews, we will continue. Whether or not if we'll watch the season, I work on Sundays, so it might be a good idea, or might be good for me that I don't get to actually see the games, especially Browns games or whatnot. Kind of my own little boycott of the NFL, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't know if I don't do it yet. I'm still waiting on the decision. Part 2, I guess. Yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. But anyway, in our ongoing preview of the Gridiron, of the NFL's upcoming 2022-2023 season, we are previewing today the AFC East. My question first up is the Bills. Are they Super Bowl or bust? We all saw that playoff game and how it played out between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, the Bills and Chiefs last season. And let me say this has got to be one of the most epic playoff games that I can recall in recent memory. And I just told y'all about my memory, right? But at the end of the day, that was one of the best playoff games I've seen in quite some time. So when it comes to the Bills, is it playoff or bust? I say yes, it is. Here's why. You cannot do what they did last season, coming this close to being in the Super Bowl. But then, you know what? Now that I think about it, once again, that memory. I know this is not your grandpappy's Bills, like Brother Rich might say. Unbelievable. But if you think about the Bills' history, going back to the early 90s, they were, we got a late bloomer to the party here. Let's see who we got. Dun, 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 dun. Whatever it is, Double J, you're not, oh, there you are. Okay, wow. Glad you could join us. I was already going off into the AFC East preview.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. If you'd like, I can revisit the first topic and get your thoughts on it right quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Obviously, the first item on the menu was Real Talk, Kevin Spacey's Best. And I did tell people out there that if one or any of my co-hosts join today, and go back and revisit this topic. Of the 10 movies I have listed, I want you to give me, in your opinion, which one was Kevin Spacey, or is Kevin Spacey's best? In no particular order. Baby Driver, The Usual Suspects, American Beauty, Seven, The Life of David Gale, The Negotiator, L.A. Confidential, A Time to Kill, Glengarry Glen Ross, and 21.
Oof. Did you say American Beauty? I don't remember.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Wow. Boy, especially right on the spot. I'm gonna go The Usual Suspects. I'll go L.A. Confidential.
No. Which one was his best?
Oh, I thought you wanted me to rank them.
No. We could do that a little bit a few minutes down the road. Which one was his best, in your opinion, of the ones I have listed?
So wait a minute. Okay, because when we've done this in the past, right? And typically, and I catch on to your traps here every now and then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, of course not.
I have no idea. None whatsoever.
Historically, you of all people, and this is where you're I'm if you haven't already, I'm sure you're regretting the notion of in the past you saying, well, what's the premise? What's the basis? What are
the
we
reason for it? Right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, see that? Look at you took it and ran with it. Absolutely. Just
okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Where I question this is because naturally, right, on the surface, it sounds just like, okay, from your lens, when you watched these, which one do you think is the best? But there's so many different, as Bro Rich, of all people, oh my goodness, Bro Rich would definitely be the one to dissect this.
Of course.
And so that I think I'm taking that into account just a smidge in saying, are we looking at production? Are we taking that into consideration? Are we saying total quality or just him?
Just him.
Because and the reason why is, of course, I'm sure you would agree, if we were to incorporate any single one of those factors amongst countless others, because some of these are such fine margins,
mm-hmm.
it would certainly influence, or we'd get ridiculed publicly ridiculed.
My sister, Jenna. What's up, Jenna? How are you? I appreciate you for tuning in. All righty. Okay, I see you. Yeah. Say that again now. Okay, go ahead.
So, and this is more so out of fear of the general public taking us to the metaphorical cleaners based on our selections here. So if it's just him, I think I'm going to stick with my original.
Appreciate that, Jan.
Original there. And stick with the Usual Suspects. It was really a tie for me personally. It was a tie between that and LA. Not really a tie, but it was just I was torn between the two, LA Confidential and that. So I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah, and I don't
Oh
wow, we got another newcomer. All right.
Yes, perfect timing. Very timing is everything.
Big Gully. Yeah, it is.
Perfect timing. All right.
And Double J, I did say of the 10 I have listed, most people are not as familiar with, like, for instance, Glengarry Glen Ross or Baby Driver even. Most people are familiar with Spacey's The Usual Suspects, American Beauty, A Time to Kill.
You see how he waits, Gully, until I answer? And then wants to say, "Oh, by the way, it was."
No, I'm saying I'm listening to the ones that most people might be familiar with. That's all I'm doing here. I'm just saying the ones most people might be familiar with. How many
lists have been chopped for those that for those that the general public were not familiar with, or less
absolutely
likely?
not.
I mean, these are not small films here by any means that you're mentioning.
I know that. I know that exactly, but what I'm saying to you is, I'll pose a question to you here in a second, Gully, after I get done chopping him up.
Oh,
I
yeah, I knew
listed,
it. Cobb
I
salad.
listed, yeah, I listed 10. I listed 10, and then had everybody been here all at once, the object was to list the 10, and of the 10 listed, I would ask each one of you all to give me, in your opinion, which one of the 10 do you feel was his best? Okay. Not rank them per se, but which one do you feel was his best?
He's
So
already
Billy,
moving the goalposts. He's
No,
already
Okay,
moved
he's
the
moving the
goalposts
goalposts. What was
twice.
the goalpost? What was the goalpost again?
exactly. I'm about to come at you here. Okay.
Go for it. Hey, go ahead, Neil. Change it again. I'm watching. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Gully.
I said Kevin Spacey's best. Of the 10 films I've listed, which one, in your opinion, is his best? And here are the 10: Baby Driver, The Usual Suspects, American Beauty, Seven, The Life of David Gale, The Negotiator, LA Confidential, A Time to Kill, Glengarry Glen Ross, and 21. Of the 10, which one do you feel is his best? So you got to pick one.
Wait a minute. Hold on. There are 3 that I want to narrow it down to.
Give us the 3 that you're narrowing it down to, and then give us your one.
Surprisingly, I don't know if 7 is in there.
Yeah, it's in here.
No. What I'm saying is, not top 3, because 7 was such a powerful story in the way it was told. It's not to say that anybody could have done it, but I don't think that showcases his best work.
Exactly.
As potent as that film is, I mean, it clearly is one that it's a film that you definitely remember. You remember every part to play, right? And you remember his performance in that. But I think that story overall, and the way it was shot, and the way it was told, the way it was done, the screenplay and all that, makes that movie where Kevin Spacey, few actors could have done it, but I'll put it this way: Willem Dafoe could have done that movie.
Oh wow, you think so? Yeah, William Dafoe. Yeah.
But let me not get from your point. The Negotiator, American Beauty. The Negotiator and American. I think The Negotiator
over Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you want to talk about a story told the way it was told. Usual Suspects was
I thought it showcased him more. To your point earlier, I completely agree with your whole status of and breakdown of some of the others.
Oh, like 7. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And that's why I talked about moving the goalpost, because right away it was a trap.
What was the trap?
If you would have went right off the dome without giving that any thought whatsoever, you would have either been fed to the wolves of the general public, or certainly by our host, because there was context that needed to be taken into account, which was, as you put it, screenplay, supporting cast, production values, all these other things that could be considered, and in the concept of just or subjectivity, if you will.
Yeah, but you can't. But you do have a great point, but you can't take all of those other factors in if you of the general public and you haven't seen some of the 10 I've listed.
See, I have to rewatch Glengarry Glen Ross myself.
Oh yes, you must.
I have to.
Are you serious?
I have to rewatch. But I like I said, between Negotiator and American Beauty, you see, I think American Beauty was one that, I mean, subject matter. I think because of the subject matter. Right,
yeah,
you didn't see. You want to talk about seeing something coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you talking about like the very first 3 minutes of the movie? Like he described, a stale marriage to a T. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that. I don't care what age I was not ready for that.
Yeah.
But then to be able to really paint paint that picture. Like, I really feel like he really did a masterful job at helping you to understand what a middle-aged white man might be going through.
Yeah.
And I'm not,
First
I mean, I was like, when the movie came out, I was 13, 14, you know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of the other aspects of the film that made it sensational, but it was a good watch. But like, he really was able to bring you into that. And I think more so than anything, to be able to have me sympathize with a character. Like, it's one of few movies that did, because again, overall, I don't know that the movie was great. We talking about that performance, right?
Yeah,
exactly. That's what stands out. I mean, while we on it, I just want to say, anytime we bring up movies at all, anything, my favorite movie of all time, I think my favorite movie is Training Day. And I always want to say this, the reason why I always say Training Day is my favorite movie is because it is the one film that I know of that every single second of film is directly related to what happens at the end. There's not a single waste of character. There's not an aspect of the film that develops character that isn't germane to the story.
That's
every
fair.
part.
Let me ask you a question, just playing off that, because there's a lot of, you can, I don't want to say fall asleep. I think that's too extreme.
Okay.
But if you, to your point, that's how I view specifically, which is less appealing, I think, to the general public. But Ocean's 13 for me, obviously, the being just a remake in general, explaining obviously both the previous, incorporating the previous movies, and then also their acronyms or whatever it may be, where, like, for example, if you're not paying attention, they let you know ahead of time that he being the 5 Diamond Award guy is going to get a Susan B. Anthony at the end, and specifically $11 million. Where if you forget, if you're not paying attention just for that one moment, you don't realize, oh my gosh, oh, sure, they said this guy's, there's casualties in war, but they nailed it down to, they let you know ahead of time that particular individual was going to win $11 million at the airport at the end of the movie. They already had told you. Yeah. But if you had missed it, so I'm with you that, yes, if it's subtle details like that, if you're actually not truly an active listener, you'll miss it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Go ahead.
Do you think that? No, go ahead. Finish your comment. Then I'll go.
No, it was just more coloring the same with the same paint.
Do you think the life of David Gill is underrated?
Yeah, because I haven't seen it. Oh, wow. And it sounds like I should, but it seems like it's something up my alley. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like it's something that as a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and press some buttons here.
Oh, you looking it up to see what the storyline was?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A
dramatic thriller. Yeah, for sure.
I think it was too. I think it's very underrated.
Would you say? Well, would you make the case that it's better than A Time to Kill? And just in your opinion?
It was because it was based on a true story, based on the fact about a death row inmate who had been famous as a death row protester. The core of the movie, obviously, is how.
Oh, is this the one where he? Wait a minute. Is this the film that I know about? Where? No. This is something different. Say again. Go ahead.
The core of the movie is how a young reporter, convincing Kate Winslet, interviews the inmate and equally convincing Kevin Spacey in the days before his scheduled execution.
Right.
Okay. And you can say, The Time to Kill is I mean, it's up there too, though. And as I said before you all came on, those 4, Usual Suspects, American Beauty, The Negotiator, and The Time to Kill, were probably 4 of the best made movies of, I said all time at first, then I changed it and said of my time.
See, yep. Look at my banner. See,
what are you talking about? Your banner? Oh,
goats don't exist. To your point. Yeah,
exactly. Okay. At the end of the day, But yeah, Kevin Spacey, man, he wanted to. I mean, those 4 films by themselves, do they put him, Spacey, as an actor in the?
Whoa!
Oh boy, we got another latecomer to party.
All right. Whoa.
What's up? What's happening?
Oh my gosh. You had to.
I'm at the family cookout, man.
Okay, save me.
Where's
some,
LeBron?
You said what?
Where's LeBron? LeBron and Savannah, they made it yet?
Brian had to leave early. He had too many security with him.
Oh, okay. Did he leave it? Did he drop off the mac and cheese?
No, he ain't really bring that. He don't like to spend money like that.
Oh, okay.
Of those 4 films, would they put Spacey in the same conversation as a De Niro or a Pacino?
Never.
Based on his performance, you didn't even hear what I said.
You know what?
Kevin Spacey
I
is never in the
right.
same conversation as De Niro and Denzel and them, man.
Whoa, why not?
He's a great actor. He ain't in that level.
Why not?
Hold on, I'm gonna go to the front yard because I gotta answer this properly.
Yeah, go to the front yard.
Oh, they're doing the line dance. You know how to do that?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but we probably gonna get flagged because he got music in the background.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Copyright infringement.
Now, what happened?
Well, you tell us how on earth Kevin Spacey is not in the De Niro and Pacino stratosphere.
Have you ever heard him in the conversation when it comes?
I don't care what nobody else think. I got my own brain. What about you? Why not? That's what I'm saying. Why not?
He has never been in that conversation.
Why?
Man, can I quote the 25th letter of the alphabet? Why?
He's not that level. His caliber of acting is not to that level.
Why are you sideways?
Well, wait a minute. Well, look, I'll frame it.
Side view.
What I'm saying, why? Because here's why. Here's what I'm gonna ask.
Start with Oscars.
Why?
Because of goats.
No,
goats don't exist. But the goat conversation pertains around, always starts with rings or whatever the highest.
Okay.
Which I know it's a popularity contest, at least in the acting.
Yeah,
world.
if nothing else, because you know what? There is no postseason for drama films. Ain't no playoffs for drama. It's like, hey man, you know, if your movie in the box office, dude,
what movie makes you think he's in that level?
We just talked about it. Just name the 10. Just name the 10. Just name the 10.
I'm gonna name it.
Robert De Niro. You talking about Casino? You talking about all the classic films? Like,
okay, hold on.
Okay.
I'm not counting supporting actors either.
Name his films, Jay. Name his films.
Let me name the 10, and then I'll give you the 4 that made me ask that question. Is he in that stratosphere? I'll name the 10 first.
All right.
And this is in no particular order. I just wrote them down. Baby Driver, The Usual Suspects, American Beauty, 7, The Life of David Gale, The Negotiator, LA Confidential, A Time to Kill, Glengarry Glen Ross, and 21.
Man,
and then
each of those 10 films were critically acclaimed. If we're talking about rings and stats and all of that, we want to make the alliteration. Each of those films in their own right were critically acclaimed, just like you put the 10 best that De Niro and Pacino did.
No, but when you watch De Niro or Pacino, you feel like it's real. Like you feel like it's a real mob story going on. You feel like it's real, man.
I mean, but listen, I can quote Goodfellas and Casino all day. I can quote.
But Mr. Bank, Ocean's 13.
Yeah, but listen, you just said, but American Beauty right there is one of them as a type of classic.
Do you think that they have the true
It's not on that
range?
level, American Beauty,
that's the film, though. We talking about the actor. Because to your point though, not to discredit your point, you're right, because they're all classic films. If you talk about De Niro and Pacino, I'm not saying that they're to put Kevin Spacey in a conversation with them is simply because Kevin Spacey's ability to make a captivating character, one that you love or hate.
Thank you.
What you also didn't put up there is his role as his role as Senator Frank Underwood in House of Cards.
Oh yeah,
That show didn't survive his scandal that got him off the show. It didn't survive. That show was literally as dynamic as the story, as dynamic and interesting and captivating as that story was. It was one of Netflix's cash cows. It was what drove membership for years. It did not survive him leaving that show, to show you the weight and the gravity of his character. Kevin Spacey's range.
That's a great point.
Kevin Spacey's range.
I'm not about to debate this no more.
But I still think the scope of acting is larger for the other two. I would say Spacey would be better than, say, someone like Tom Hanks, right? Who does that.
Hey,
I don't know. Hey, whoa. Nah, I don't know about that.
Well, you see, this is why, because I don't think Tom Hanks really. Where has he really stepped?
Saving Private Ryan.
But look,
whoa. Hold on.
Great film, love it.
You bought that? Listen. He's about to put himself in this corner, and I got it. I think I say it. Ask the question though, Jay. Ask it. I think I know where you about to go. Sizing them up. Sizing them up now.
Tom Hanks has not taken a chance. Where did he take a chance outside of Forrest Gump, which some people love and some people hate it?
Who hate Forrest Gump? People who think you.
There are people that hate.
Who hates Forrest Gump, bro?
Castaway.
You think that was really?
Who else films a movie with your co-star is a volleyball?
That's what I'm saying. How legendary is that role right there?
Well, how do you make that? Who else makes that role work? Who else makes it a classic?
Will Smith.
I knew you.
Oh, see now, here we go.
Listen, my God!
Now we're letting everybody in. Come on, everybody!
No. I knew TJ was going to do that because me and him had already been down this road before about what roles of Will Smith could play versus Denzel.
But to his point, though, Will Smith sort of did it with I Am Legend.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, all right. That's fair.
Will Smith could have played that role. Period.
Okay, so we didn't like The Terminal. We didn't like Captain Phillips. We didn't like we didn't like Philadelphia.
I'll throw another film out here at you. That Tom Hanks was one of my all-time favorites from him.
What's that?
The Road to Perdition.
Gangster film.
The Road to Perdition. The Road to Perdition was my goodness.
Can we just put DiCaprio in as an honorable mention?
No, he needs to be up there. Listen, he's
above Spacey.
Yeah, and then you know what? I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree with that either.
He's in that strategy.
He's taking chances.
With
I would say
Pacino and De Niro.
I'm gonna just give you my hierarchy, right?
Here we go. LeBron James.
Mount Rushmore. Here we go.
Hold on.
LeBron James, then Robert De Niro.
Hold on. Before you give us
right. LeBron James, then Robert De Niro.
let me ask you who your hierarchy was. It a top 5? Is it 5 or it's 10?
No, I'm just giving you like the hierarchy. It's just gonna be a couple of. I'm just trying to give y'all a sense of where I got these people listed. All right, so you got Robert De Niro, Pacino, Denzel, and Will Smith.
They in one class.
They at the top. Every movie I ever seen, I never was disappointed. Only one I was really disappointed with was Will Smith, and we ain't gonna go down that road. Anyway,
no, you gotta say it, bro. You gotta say it. Which one?
He was in there kissing.
Oh, you ain't got to go down that road. Don't go down the road. Yeah, well, what's already understood.
You talking about 6 degrees of separation?
Oh my gosh! And really, we got to just go down the road.
Listen, so that's them. Then,
you talking about the road that legitimized him as an actor?
Listen, I just wasn't feeling that, bro. I'm not about to go down that road.
No, I'm just saying. Saying. I understand. Okay. Listen, we already talked about American Beauty. How come we can't go down that road?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I ain't going down that road.
No, we see before when you were still eating the mac and cheese, we was talking about movies, and we talked about how Kevin Spacey's role in American Beauty. I felt like that was my that was.
Spacey, I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to the levels, he like a tier 3 level. He like tier 3.
Okay, so you gave us
a lot of people. It's a lot of people in that tier.
Okay,
so you gave us your tier 1. Who is your tier 2 then? If that's what was going
tier
next.
2, Leonardo. He may be in that tier too.
He
But I'm
might
gonna tell y'all, I got a wild card in my tier too, and maybe I might be biased because I love all his movies.
Go ahead.
My boy Neo from the Matrix.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, all his movies be interesting, and I be dived in. But that's just because
Bro,
I feel like he's more interesting as a person. Than
Yes.
Hey, no fact.
He got some films, but he's a far more interesting person than. I mean, you say, hold on, whoa. Where's the sound effect at, bro? Because this man gonna put Keanu Reeves
right on cue. But
Keanu Reeves ahead of Kevin Spacey.
But he said he was biased.
I know.
I gave you all the,
Nah, bias don't listen. Bias don't mean
bias don't buy you no pass.
No, not in that way. That is so audacious, man.
Drive safe.
All right, for sure. See you next time.
Yep.
Okay, so TJ, is that what you're saying? You would put Keanu Reeves ahead of Kevin Spacey?
Think about it. He think about it now. Think about it. I'm glad you brought it out here. That's what therapy does. You can bring it out so that way we can correct these.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I can say that.
Oh man, cut me in and cut it out. Stop it.
Why? What movie do we have better than the Matrix trilogy?
Oh man, listen, the Matrix was fine. The Matrix Reloaded was okay. The Matrix Revolution. I see, and you notice how he said the Matrix trilogy. You know now it's an epic, right? He ain't even bother putting the fourth in there. See that? That's already a flaw in your logic.
Yeah, because
it's four.
To tell you the truth, after the first Matrix, they should have stopped.
Right.
To be honest,
look at Grandpa coming
man,
in.
after the first Matrix, they should have stopped, man.
No, Reloaded was cool. I think Reloaded was, but see,
you didn't need a sequel. No,
the story was already told. That's
part 4 now, man.
Huh? Say again.
He talking about back in his day, they ain't make sequels. Okay, whatever.
They did. Star Wars.
Star Wars had 4.
What are you saying?
Star Wars
Superman had 4. Rocky had 4.
Oh, hell. You said Star
Back
Wars
to the
don't
Future.
Count?
They don't have 4
No,
of
they
those.
don't. They stole. You know where they stole that story from?
What?
The Emerald Tablets. They stole all their ideas from the Emerald Tablets. But I ain't gonna go down that road either.
Yeah, don't go down that road.
Like, I don't know what road you down though, because you put Keanu Reeves ahead of Kevin Spacey. I think you need a breathalyzer. But I'm just saying.
Man, how is Kevin Spacey all right ahead of him? What makes
how is Kevin Spacey ahead of Keanu Reeves? Okay, let's do it. All right. First of all, I liked it too. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? It's part of my childhood. Bill S. Preston and Ted Theodore Logan, cool. That's fine. That's a cult classic. Okay.
He going off of John Wick. That's what he's going off of.
I can dig John Wick. And
you can't not dig John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. And the fact that true to his profession, the way Keanu Reeves had to train for that, they use a film. I think in advanced weapons training, they use scenes from John Wick to showcase how to properly reload and load guns on the fly. They've had weapons experts show that in those movies, the way he moves around the magazines and changes, everything is true to life and it's accurate. So he's a student of the craft in that regard.
Let me ask you a question. You got Spacey ahead of Mel Gibson?
Whoa.
No, because Mel Gibson.
I don't know. No, I don't know that I have a
Patriot.
Yeah,
I don't have Macy ahead of me.
I don't know.
I think they're in the same spot. Say, I'm sorry, Double J. I'm sorry, Barbershop.
Mel Gibson got way more in his resume.
That's what I'm saying.
Way
I got
more.
him. He right under the Denzel people for me, man.
But how is you? No, man. No, we can't let him off the hook on this, man. This man said to us, bias included, that Kevin Spacey is below Keanu Reeves. Bro, I love the what's it called?
What's your top 5? Where's your Mount Rushmore? With
mine?
Actors?
Yeah.
Y'all want mine?
Yeah, you might as well give it.
Yeah,
you might as well. You done went this far down the road.
No, we do want to hear this, bro. I didn't. You know what? They don't have sitcoms on Sundays like they used to. So you fit the bill, bro. Go ahead.
So, I'm just telling you, Will Smith, Denzel is in there.
Okay.
Both of them.
Right.
Okay.
Robert De Niro and Pacino is in there.
So you got one more. You filling up very quickly.
And you say I need one more?
Yeah.
That's it.
You said top 5.
Top
4
5.
or top 5?
Top 5.
Watch this.
It's coming.
Go ahead and say
I gotta
Keanu
pick my
Reeves.
favorites,
Watch this.
Go
I
ahead
ain't
and say
gonna lie to you.
Keanu Reeves.
Watch this. Watch this. This is about to be. Oh boy.
I gotta think about that last one though. I got.
Yeah, you really do.
See
I'll
that?
tell you
My
what.
four. Listen, my Mount Rushmore. That's tough. I don't care what y'all talking about. Let me hear your top four. Barbershop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pacino, De
Okay.
Niro,
Hmm.
Caprio,
Okay.
Denzel.
That's 4.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
But
I
I'll
think
tell you
mine
what,
tougher- mine
I'll
tougher
take
than yours.
any. Well, see, and here's another. I got one. I got a lightweight a bonus one.
What do you
Tom
mean?
Cruise.
I'm
Every
not that much.
man,
of a Tom Cruise fan.
every time, especially the Mission Impossibles, that he was in, every last one of them was off the charts. Every
They
last
off the
one.
charts, but it's a lot of
Every last one is off the charts.
special effects.
And I would take Jason Statham in anything over Keanu Reeves.
No,
I don't know about that.
No, come on.
Are you?
No, I love Jason Statham, but not.
Are you serious?
No. Cause see, hold on, wait.
You talking about
'cause I
Parker?
even
Parker?
No. Because we talk about actor, not action star. See, this is coming another conversation.
Okay.
Real, because if you look at, you say the Mission Impossibles, I'm like, all right, cool. All 6 of them was good, but then if that's the case, then John Wick is back in play, has an epic, and the Matrix epic as an epic. You know what I'm saying? But I would say,
Go ahead, Gully. What's your 4?
my 4,
Your 4.
Denzel Washington, Tom Hanks, and we talk about movie stars, right? We talk about movies, right?
Movie acting. Yeah.
Okay, movies.
Actors.
All right, actors. Okay, Denzel, Tom. Who is it? Somebody that I love to see. Somebody I always.
Some people might say Samuel L.
Some people might.
Yeah,
I
you can.
won't until you talk about my favorite 4. I won't. Man, I ain't even think about it like this. But Tom and Denzel for sure. I tell you somebody.
Where you at, TJ? Don't run now.
I tell you. See, I gotta see more of his films to really cement my case. But Willem Dafoe. I brought him up earlier, but
Really?
he's got an epic. Listen, look, the way he's able to make Doc Ock in the Spider-Man.
No, he was
trilogy,
a goblin.
Yeah, in the Spider-Man trilogy that he was in, he brought a level of seriousness and range that it was. He brought a darkness to that otherwise light story or light epic that few actors could have been able to do without making it corny.
Now you talking about Heath Ledger
See that?
in
Speaking
Batman.
But that's one
As the
role.
Joker.
That's one.
That's
Well, I'm
one
just
of-
saying-
well, you know, he was also in the
It's not the
Patriot.
whole body of work.
No, he was also in the Patriot.
Yeah, but I'm
Well, of
not
course,
saying.
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying
He did great
the way
there,
the
too.
way Heath Ledger played that role
His was
in
cut
Batman,
short.
though. Yeah, they say the way he played that role, man, he could over just that role would overtake of some guys multiple roles.
Yeah,
The
that
way
right
he
there.
played that role, the way he played that role was be equivalent to some guys 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, with TJ, whenever you're ready, you can come back and join us.
So I all right. So I gotta have 5. Tom, Denzel. I said Willem Dafoe.
Gully said he got to have 5, TJ.
Right? Because you said 5, right? Top 5.
No,
Right?
we said 4.
You said 4.
Mount Rushmore.
But you didn't give a 5th, TJ. You only gave 4.
That's
That's
right.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore only got 4.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought I had 5. Why I'm thinking 5?
Denzel.
No, you were throwing in a bonus. You were throwing in the.
Oh, that's
five.
right. I did. That's right.
If
My
I
bad.
can throw in my bonus, it
Who would
might
be
be
my 4?
my favorite actor.
4.
I mean, one of my
I'm
favorites.
gonna tell you like this. We totally missing the part. My 4, Angela Bassett.
What?
Whoa, I didn't see that coming.
See,
Nobody
he got a
did.
thing- He got a thing for her.
Yeah,
Oh,
you ain't
he
lying.
bi-
You seen What's Love Got to Do with It?
He biased.
And Boys in the
He
Hood.
85
He not.
Hey,
You
He's,
see her
Double
on
J.
911. You seen her films.
Double
he-
J. What's your 4, Double J? Before my phone died.
Oh man. Okay. I'll try to make mine as quick. So Pacino, no particular order, just top 4.
Gotcha.
Pacino, Daniel Day-Lewis. Man, it's honing in on just 2 more. This is where you get tugging between the head and the heart all the time. I'm gonna stick with everybody else's pick because I believe Denzel does deserve his flowers. And
Denzel deserves his flowers for 4. Glory,
American Gangster,
The Great Debaters, and the other 2 equalizers. If nothing else.
Man, no.
You know what? Wait a minute. I'm gonna throw. Okay, so my honor. Oh, this is tough. Oh my gosh.
Nobody got a.
I want to throw in Clooney. I want to throw in Clooney, but I
nobody got a
Jack
Nicholson.
No.
Nobody got a Jack Nicholson. What?
No.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Do you want answers? Do you want answers?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
This dude.
I want. You can't handle the truth. Huh?
He brought up the Equalizer. What when he played the dirty cop? What's the name of it? I can't think of it.
Training Day.
My favorite movie.
Okay, so how you bring up Equalizer over that? John Q, American Gangster. Equalizer just icing on the cake.
That was my 4. I just said them was my 4, man. I like them 4 in particular. I ain't say I hated the other ones.
I know, but it's
I was going off the cut. I was just going. Yeah, okay, man. I was just naming something that everybody ain't. I mean, it's easy to name the other ones. Wow.
Right, the atypical, the ones that say, "Hey, if I like
you.
this actor, what you might not have known." That sort of.
Yeah, exactly. I was going. Thank you.
Even though I will tell you.
Hold on, Double J got to give his 4th.
Yeah, because he's
So
you remember your 3, right?
He been empty-minded over there for a minute now.
No, because I can't. This is really challenging. I mean, you could go everyone from Eastwood to Marlon Brando to.
Oh, I forgot about Clint Eastwood. Oh my goodness.
For good reason. Okay, now go ahead.
What you mean for good reason?
Well, yeah.
Are you serious? The good, the bad, and the ugly?
Bro, I know High Plains Drifter myself too. You know what I'm saying? He's
I'm just saying the good and the bad.
Respect is due.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. What? That's the thing. His body of work over.
Clint Eastwood is the
Dirty Harry
of the Western. Like. So
all Dirty Harry. The Dirty Harry series was great too.
No, I'm just saying he's a GOAT for the Westerns. It's nobody close.
No, well, compared to they throw John Wayne in there, but that's not of my league.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm good on that.
If that's the case, I'll take Chuck Connors in The Rifleman. All day, every day. Or Rawhide. Anybody from Rawhide or the Big Valley. I'm just saying.
All right, you name it. You going back, Grandpa. Come on.
Don't worry about it. You need to come on back.
Hey, yo, the memories in black and white.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Yeah. At the end of the day, Kevin Spacey's best was one of the
best. Still, I gotta give him 4. Double J, you can't walk out of here, man. You can't leave the room with your plate unfinished, bro.
What if I'm gonna go?
I was trying to let him off the hook.
No. I couldn't get off the hook. Speaking for the king, darn sure.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Oh, Mr. Detroit land, John Wick this week.
Man,
he's not one of my 4 though.
Oh, my bad, Keanu. Sorry.
I got Will, Denzel, Pacino, and De Niro in my.
Oh, my bad. I thought you said. I thought you said.
Now,
Keanu.
if we was talking favorites, my whole favorite would be different.
Oh, we're not talking favorites. I thought you said Keanu Smith, Will Robinson. My bad. Go ahead. What'd you say, Double J?
With that 4th. Come on, man. We looking for it. With that 4th.
My head is telling me. Why is this so hard?
This boy act like he got the keys to
the
codes, man. He like, look, bro, the bomb gonna go off. He like red wire, green wire, red wire, green wire. Like, yo.
I honestly, part of me wants to go. I've even thrown Mr. Shawshank himself.
Morgan Freeman.
I've thrown his name around. That's what I mean. I'm a mess right now. So.
Okay.
I've even thrown Charlie Chaplin in here, at some point.
No.
Man, it almost
no.
looks
We're
like
not.
he
We're
go-
not.
He might
We're
want
not
to
talking.
throw Sean Connery in there.
Actually, close enough was Russell Crowe.
He not.
No,
Russell,
hey, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Russell Crowe. Yeah, you could.
That was the fourth.
Yeah, you
Russell
could put.
Crowe is up there for me. He would
Yeah,
be
you
my
could
It was
put.
between him and George Clooney for me, just because it.
Yeah, you could put
to
Russell
end the
Crowe.
discussion. So hold on. So who's the 40 in Double J?
Daniel Day-Lewis, no particular order.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Denzel, De Niro, and I'm sorry, Pacino, not De Niro. Well,
see,
wait a minute. Wait,
see,
a
I
minute.
see. That's what I say. Barbershop. I couldn't let him off the hook. See, I knew it.
Yeah. Why did you have to do that?
See, the fact
I'm going Pacino, not De Niro. Yes. And then lastly, I'm going to throw a heart pick in there. So I'm going to dethrone Russell Crowe and I'm going to go George Clooney.
So you pick your favorite.
question.
Russell Crowe got Clooney.
I know. All right, fine.
Are you not
fine.
entertained?
No.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I'm going Russell Crowe. That's it.
This is why you're
I've said
here?
his name 3 times. That's a
Yeah, Russell
there's
Crowe.
more.
Right?
Russell
So
Crowe.
we
There you
wasn't
go.
talking favorites. We were just talking like who really is the best.
I'm saying that's what I say. Right, to your point. That's what when you put Daniel Day-Lewis, I see. That's why I like for somebody who Daniel Day-Lewis, and then that's where I will put like William Dafoe because of the range. What can't they do as an actor that's compelling?
But that's why I didn't put De Niro, and that's why I put Pacino, because De Niro to me you can see him in every role. It's him.
Well, no, hold on. I think De Niro has a better range than Pacino. De Niro was doing.
Whoa!
He does comedy.
Can you do
comedy.
all right? Scent of a Woman.
Comedy.
You think that De Niro could do that?
He does.
No, De
comedy.
Niro. No,
What are
no.
you
De
talking about,
Niro
like
is
Meet
no
the
way.
Fockers?
Robert De Niro.
That's
Do
comedy.
Meet the Parents? Come on.
no, it is
It's
comedy.
comedy,
It is.
bro.
It is. It is.
Wait
He
a
made
minute.
that. He did. He got that.
What about Ben Stiller?
What about Ben
That's
Stiller?
comedy, but is he
Now
ever
you're talking
playing
Adam.
that
Now
much?
you're talking
Is
Adam
he
Sandler range right there. You know
No, don't do that to him.
Adam Sandler? You put him over Adam Sandler?
who?
Well, hey, here recently, Adam Sandler's took a dramatic turn. That's really he ain't really missed too many marks.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
that
think
last
he's doing too
one-
much of
I like
the Fonzie guy role for me now.
Who?
Like the old Fonzie. What's Fonzie's real name?
Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I got.
That's what he's trying to pull now. I see it.
My phone is 1%. I appreciate y'all letting me on tonight, but I got to go.
All right,
right,
it's all
so-
good. Yep, go back to the party. Make sure you eat some mac and cheese. Don't save me none.
All right, y'all.
All right,
Yep,
now.
holla. Yeah, that was a good round right there.
for
You
sure,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
I'm glad my man TJ joined us from the family barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, sponsored by what's the name of it? I Promise. I don't know. I'm just going off the cuff here. Anywho, yeah, we're gonna slide on over. We're gonna actually go back to our AFC East preview. And as I said before, Kevin Spacey's Best was one of the best segments to date. Up first, the Buffalo Bills.
What a shocker.
They are the
What
AFC
a
East, right?
shocker.
Well, I picked them and I put them first in this one because the question is surrounding them is this Super Bowl or bust for the Buffalo Bills, Double J?
Or bust. I think we've been saying this for about 2 years now that their window is closing.
I don't know. You think so? To me, it's just not really opening.
You know, when has Josh Allen been hurt?
Oh,
Yes.
don't do that. Yeah.
When they haven't had a run game historically. They tried to shore that up this year in the offseason. They added some receiver depth beyond Stephon Diggs. And I think, now they're going for it. If so, just based
Especially
off
after last year's playoffs game against the Chiefs. You know, you
For the
can't.
second time, for the second straight season, it's been that way.
Yeah, you can't fall below that.
But do you think the moves that they made are enough to get over that hill?
Yeah, with everything, barring injury, obviously, which is tough to say when it comes to NFL. But as long as they have, solidified their running back position and everything else stays the same, I don't see why not. Because that's really what they were missing. That RBC is kind of what derailed them, so to speak. When they had a lead, if they had been able to like run the ball with some type of consistency, that might have put the Chiefs in a bad spot. You know what I mean? It was a shootout type of deal between Mahomes and Allen.
So, well, wait a minute. So this is what was interesting, right? We went through the AFC West a little earlier, and a couple shows ago, and we brought up Karlaftis being drafted. Did you see that up there? Yeah. Yeah. So I was there in Vegas, of course, when he was on the stage. Is that enough? Right? Like the D line for the Chiefs, yeah, it improved. Their defense overall improved. That's why I'm asking, as it pertains to the moves that Buffalo made offensively, specific to where their deficiencies were, which would have altered the games themselves. In my opinion, it's a wash that they won't get over the hump because of the fact that Kansas City improved in essentially they countered it in that metaphorical chess match. They found where the opportunities were each.
I don't have it in front of me, but how many points did the Chiefs put up in that playoff game?
Oh my. A lot, if memory serves me correct.
Really? I mean, because I'm just going off the top of my head here. I'm just visualizing the way the game played out. Didn't seem like to me it was no real high scoring game. Maybe it was.
No, it was. It was a very high scoring game.
Was 30, it? Okay.
36-42.
Okay, 36-42.
Mm-hmm.
That's surprising, given that the Bills' defense was like ranked number 1 all year long.
We're talking about the Chiefs, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
But remember, it was in the fourth quarter that things opened up. Both it was like 15 points and 13 points respectively.
I was getting ready to say that. So the game was kind of close all the way up until a certain period of time. Yeah,
right. No overtime.
What made it? I think what drove that score up was the fact that Buffalo continued to counter. You see what I'm saying? Like, obviously, to your point, like the Buffalo continued to counter. So it's surprising the Chiefs. Buffalo continued to counter when the Chiefs offense sort of, took strides as we figured they would to put the game away. Buffalo found a way to get back on the field and then drive down and score.
But see, that's what I'm pointing out. The thing that Buffalo used to counter was the passing game. They didn't really have any balance. The run game was primarily the run game was Allen.
But so hang on a second. But Allen and Mahomes, respectively, Allen had 68 yards in that game. Mahomes had 69 and a touch. They both led their teams rushing. Let's not act like KC. As a fantasy owner that had Edwards-Helaire, he has not. We've talked about this. He has not lived up to any. He's shown mere flashes occasionally of who they hoped he would be coming out of LSU. He has not been close to what really any expectation would be, and that includes from a fantasy standpoint as well, and it's insanely frustrating.
So you think, I'm posing this question to both of you all. Gully, you give your answer first. Let's say the two meet each other again in the AFC Championship with all of the changes that have been made for both. You think Buffalo wins or Kansas City wins again?
The home team wins. I know that sounds like a cop-out answer. The home team wins.
That's interesting. Well, wait a minute. Where was it at last year? Wasn't it in Buffalo? No.
Yeah, I think no. It was in Kansas City.
Was it? That's interesting.
The home team wins.
And it was that close, huh?
Yeah. I trust that if Buffalo were in a position to host the Chiefs, that home field advantage, not because of the referees, but because of the pure momentum of having that game and knowing what it meant for you to arrive at that game with home field advantage means
just like it did for the Seahawks some years ago, that 12th man or whatever the case may be.
It's a real thing. So I think I think the home team wins. So I'm saying it's a push. I will say though that for the last 2 seasons, the Chiefs have not won a Super Bowl, but the Chiefs have beaten Buffalo. The Chiefs are not as strong, as intimidating as they once were, but they still are enough to answer Buffalo. To me, that's the concern, that the Buffalo's window is closing because they can't beat a team that may not be the best team in the conference. But Kansas City may just have their number.
Yeah, that's possible. What say you, Double J? If the two were to meet again in the AFC Championship, who wins?
Using Gully's rationale, I actually would say it's more realistic to believe that the matchup would actually take place in Buffalo this year, just looking at it from a scheduling standpoint and more so the competitiveness of the respective divisions. Obviously, we talked about the gauntlet of, or at least that's the expectation for the AFC West. There's no easy team there.
Yeah, they got to be arguably the best division in the AFC.
Right. All of those.
Whoa. So would you go AFC West or AFC North? Best
AFC
division.
West. AFC West. Any one of them four. The Raiders could do it too. Remember, we just talked about the Raiders with Devontae Adams and Waller and Renfro in the slot.
Even with Josh McDaniels as coach.
Yeah, I mean, that is a question mark. We did talk about.
Well, what's a bigger question mark between Mitch Trubisky and Small Hands Pickett?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
With a great coach in Mike Tomlin, legendary coach in Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, but no Ben Roethlisberger.
Or a legendary bad coach.
No Ben Roethlisberger.
No, well, I understand that, but he had a noodle arm last year. He was terrible.
I know. Well, I'm just saying to you right now, the AFC North is traditionally the strongest probably in the AFC. But this year, even on paper, it just looks like it's the Browns and the Ravens.
It's definitely the West. Oh,
what?
Cincinnati?
Cincinnati? Oh, they just disappeared?
Who? You still?
Did you hear what you said?
I'm telling you, I think it's the Browns and the Ravens.
Browns and Ravens. Okay.
We saw what Cincinnati. Listen, I don't take nothing away from what Cincinnati did last year, and they are quite capable of doing whatever they did last year again this year. But I'm going off of body of work, like you said. The Ravens have always seemed to, like, for instance, they had probably more injuries, just off the top of my head, last season than how many teams in the NFL. And they still ended up like 5-1 or 6-2 or something crazy like that and made the playoffs. I mean, I know they won on a couple field goals. It was 99 yards and things of that nature. Bounce off the crossbar here or there. I get it. Lady luck. I don't believe in luck, but okay, I got you. But at the end of the day, the Ravens, man, they just always, and they're like the Steelers in a sense.
Yeah, but luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Okay, I got you. The Ravens just seem to be one of those teams, man. They just do not. They're just going to always seem to be in a conversation, as were the Steelers at one point in time. But I think the Steelers are falling off without Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, I think they waited too long to develop that position because
I do too.
I mean, I don't know of a team. Yeah, there are very few teams that could be highly successful in any era with a marginal quarterback. The Steelers are one of those teams. Like, they have to have they
can't have Bubby Brister.
Right.
Not gonna work.
Whoa, I disagree. Look at the running back position, right? They had James Conner, he's gone, and he's been gone for a year. He goes to Arizona. I mean, he took over the starting gig. So by the end of the year, he was fantasy relevant. But for the majority of the year, he did not look like it translated. So their offensive line went from very old to, so they've had recycled almost. They've gone through a cycle of changes at almost every skill position and non-skill position, because you look at the receiving position, obviously Juju's in Kansas City, which he was atrocious last year. We'll see if the one kid is going to be able to stay on the field, but you across the board, this is why I applaud the job that Mike Tomlin did, because not only were they in the playoffs, but they've gone through the most turnover from an entire roster that I've seen out of anyone in that division, with the exception of maybe Cincinnati, only because they were placeholders prior to now people, by way of the draft that are young skill position, mainstays.
And that's why I say at some point, turnover, as much as you keep going through all of that turnover, at some point it's going to come back and bite you.
But
Now,
how have they avoided it? Don't tell me it was Ben Roethlisberger last year. That's how
I'm not saying it was Ben Roethlisberger last year, but you could see they were on the down spiral along with his arm. That's what I'm trying to say to you. But when it comes to the Steelers, they too, like the Ravens, which is what I was just saying, a bad season for them is 9-8. You get what I'm trying to say?
Ridiculous.
Well, or 10-7 maybe, or something or another. But you're gonna have to be better than 10 wins to win in the AFC North this year.
Yeah, this is a team. This is a division that has capable Super Bowl caliber quarterbacks. Save Pittsburgh.
Exactly. Thank you.
Now,
that's my point.
Can Mitch Trubisky? Is Mitch Trubisky some type of like another type of Steve Young, whereby you spend some years in Tampa Bay, not really getting it done, and then you go to San Francisco and your career changes, and now you're a Hall of Famer.
But wait a minute.
George Pickens is a name to remember.
Okay. Yeah, but Steve Young balled out in Tampa Bay, believe it or not.
All right,
when they wore the creamsicle uniform.
The tangerine joints. All right, but I'm saying, the point is, right, overall though, the team didn't go anywhere. They played Tecmo Bowl for the playoffs.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's the key. Like, and you look at this division, and that's with respect to whatever happens in Deshaun Watson's case. Like, even if Deshaun Watson, if let's say he's not suspended for an entire season, right? Whatever amount of games he is able to be on the field, count those as that portion of the season that the Browns should be winning. If it's 4 games, if it's 8 games, the Browns will be above 500. Okay, with Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. Same for Lamar. Let me see what Joe Cool can do. The Steelers don't have right now, unless we don't know something, because we're not at training camp. They don't have a quarterback that's capable, I think, of beating the rest of the division 6 times, 5 times, or 4 times. If you can't get out of the division, and
that's what I'm trying to tell you right now.
Not gonna get the wild. I don't think the Steelers could get the wild card ahead of the 3 other teams in the division, ahead of the Browns, the Bengals, or the Ravens. If they don't win the division, I don't see how it's getting done, and I don't see how they can win the division.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm just saying that we know teams like theirs, especially with great coaching, have the tendency of reloading. I think the fact that they did what they did last year was more of an implication of that than any, because of how just otherwise from a Madden level, just terrible they were overall. Like Najee Harris is now you have your Jerome Bettis part type of running back. Now you have with George Pickens has the ability to be a true number 1 to go along with Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson, and leaving Deontay Johnson in a position that he's most comfortable in, which that was who I was saying a little earlier. Can he stay on the field? He's got explosiveness. Chase Claypool has overachieved in that respect. Offensive line has been addressed. Defensively, Watt is still there. They overachieved big time last year, and it was led by the defense. This is where, dare I say, Cleveland, it's got to be done. As much as we want to blame Baker, defensively, there were too many lapses in the areas, specifically in that secondary.
Oh, wow.
And time again.
Now we're going to say I said Joe Woods all year long.
I was not. I was.
Oh, please.
In
and
the
I got
woods
the
with
business. Oh, please. Oh,
Here we
please cut
go.
me in and
Of
cut it out.
course.
Anyway, it's too many questions surrounding the Steelers, more so than there are any of the other teams in that division. But let's move on to the Dolphins. Is Tua on the hot seat? Check this out. With Waddle and Tyreek Hill now, surely to get tons of the attention, tight end Mike Gesicki might be a great fantasy pickup for you, Double J.
Oh, that I had him last year.
But it's Tua on the hot seat,
And
though.
guess what?
Yes.
Tua didn't want to throw to him. That was the problem with Fitzpatrick. I was calling him Gizlicky. I almost renamed a fantasy team to to that.
Yeah.
Is Tua on the hot seat though? Double J.
Definitely. You had that. You had that level of talent.
Yeah. Remember, I told you I broke this down for you for our host about 6 months ago that the plan was Tua was to be escorted off the premises, and Tom Brady was supposed to be in Miami because of the fact that
I remember
the Ross, School of Business just down the road here that's the owner. They're friends. All those galas and such in Ann Arbor. There you go. Hey, come and pretend you're going to retire, and then we'll move you over, and we got all these draft picks. You can do what you want. Win me one.
Okay.
So yes,
you say the same thing, Gully.
Yeah, definitely.
Was on the hot seat.
Definitely, I think they expected a level of success that isn't quite there yet. So they're going to add they're going to add the talent. It's kind of like maybe they want to go a different direction anyway. But now they sort of in a backhanded way, and it's like, all right, well, if we loaded the talent and he don't do it, we really can't. Now we can say, hey, well, we tried. We gave you weapons or what have you.
Yeah, if Mark Sanchez could get the Jets to 2 AFC championships, I believe it was 2. I know it was one for certain.
2 consecutive.
Yeah, definitely. Tua better be able to, especially with Tyreek Hill, with the cheetah. He might not be the cheetah as much as he was in years past with Kansas City, but believe me,
hey,
let him out the cage.
Well, wait a minute. Bigger acquisition over Tyreek Hill is that left tackle. They're not giving this dude any excuses. I am telling you now.
I know it. Yeah, I got you.
Terrence Armstead coming over is a huge, huge deal.
Yeah, it is. I'll give you.
What was the circumstances behind Tyreek Hill leaving Kansas City anyway? How did that even come about? I don't remember.
I don't either.
It was a money thing.
Oh, really? It was just contractual, huh?
All right.
I don't believe there was any kind of rift there.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. And even though there isn't a rift, it's still unfortunate that Tyreek.
Yeah, but from my understanding, Tyreek Hill has some comments to make about Tua and versus Mahomes, if I'm not mistaken.
He has since then. He said his son throws like Tua, which is extremely accurate. Initially, like on the surface, you're like saying your 11-year-old throws like an NFL quarterback doesn't really sound that right, but
it sounds that convincing. Let's move on to the Patriots. With Josh McDaniels gone, Double J, who takes over for offensive coordinator for the Patriots?
Especially the Detroit contingent around here is going to laugh. Matt Patricia.
Oh.
Well, what else does he do? Barbershop?
No, it's gonna have to be Bill.
Do you
Belichick.
realize? Hang on, Barbershop. Do you
It's
realize there's like
Bill
3
Belichick.
coaches on that entire staff right now?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Bill is going to take over the offensive coordinator duties. He has to.
Are the Patriots a mess?
I don't know. That's a good question, but I wouldn't say that. Not with Bill Belichick over there. He's been at it way too long.
Yeah.
And he's been successful at it for far too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not a mess.
They're not a mess, but like.
And then don't forget this is the AFC East we're talking.
Buffalo.
Well, are you suggesting that they can get away with it?
Yeah, with Bill Belichick, absolutely.
Over Buffalo.
For the same, listen,
Well,
I make the same argument for Bill Belichick and the Patriots as you would do the Steelers.
No, I see what it is.
You said great
here's
coaching.
The truth. Yeah. Oh no. Don't think I forgot.
Okay.
Joe Judge, former NFC East New York Giant, is who the quarterback's coach is for the Patriots. That's why our host is doing that. See that's the subliminal stuff right there.
Listen, let me tell you something.
So-
Joe Judge is just a clipboard holder. Believe me when I tell you, he has the title, but none of the responsibilities. I guarantee you that. It's gonna be Bill Belichick over there. Guaranteed Bill Belichick is gonna be the OC. But you're right, it's only 4 guys on the coaching staff. Actually, I submitted the application last week.
But here's the thing. So here, look, historically, what Tom Brady had said is if Bill was running the defense, he knew he had to control his end, and everything was great. So that was
offensively.
Okay. Again, like you said with Josh McDaniels or insert new coordinator here, he could control his end and everything would be fine. He would get that chance he wanted at the end of the game, whatever it may be, to give them a chance to win. Historically, those New England teams had running games, and you have like guys like Stevenson and Damian Harris, and so I'm going to throw a name out here that, again, because this is your crystal ball stuff. Jack Jones. So one thing I've caught on historically from a fantasy standpoint with the New England Patriots, it's the guy brought in that nobody really knows. That is the one to pay attention to, because that's where Bill's and specifically Bill Belichick's genius really shines. He does it all over the place defensively, but they don't get the same pub that these offensive guys do. So that name is the name that I'm going to throw out there. I believe by week 1, you'll start seeing him eat into carries, and you'll probably see some explosiveness, some of those other things, just due to potential matchup situations. But he's going to give Mac Jones the most opportunity to thrive throughout the year. So
yeah, listen, when it comes to chalkboard maestros like Bill Walsh, Andy Reid, Bill Belichick is definitely one of those guys. Definitely one of those guys. Bill Belichick took Troy Brown and turned him into a defensive back.
Right. I think a Pro Bowler at the home.
Exactly. If I believe so, he went to the Pro Bowl as a result. You know what I mean? He made Julian Edelman. What was Julian Edelman before we knew who Julian Edelman was? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, but wait a minute. So you're saying that's Belichick's genius or Brady's?
No, what I'm saying to you is Belichick has been known for taking guys off the street and turning them into guys that you put on your fantasy team every week.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
Okay. That's all I'm saying about Bill Belichick. When you talk about coaching. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
So Edelman Hall of Fame is what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Edelman Hall of Fame? Gotta think about that one.
Yeah, I do too. I got
Wes Welker. Wes Welker. The original Edelman.
Probably more than Edelman, yeah.
Are you sure?
Probably.
Well, wait a minute. I think Edelman's had a better career.
Production?
I think he's been a bit more productive.
Well, you got to figure, though. Wes Welker played with Peyton Manning, too, though. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm trying to tell you? You know what I'm trying to tell you? Yeah. Wes Welker played with he played with the 2 of the best to ever do it, as they say. Yeah, I would say, and that's going off the top of my head without looking at anybody's numbers. All right.
Yeah.
Wes Welker, I would think, would get in before Julian Edelman. Did I say it right that time? Yeah, kudos to me. Let me give myself a button. I butchered the man's first name and his last name 16 times. And lastly, we move on to the Jets with Mekhi Becton, right tackle, and George Fant, left tackle. Would you agree that the Jets could have arguably one of the best O-lines this season? True or false? I'm just saying that was like a you're back.
Welcome back.
Whoa, you're back. Oh,
now,
wow, you're back.
Proper introduction.
You got one. The price is not right for you, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, we getting ready to wrap up, man. I mean, I appreciate you. Why you got barbecues?
That's what I'm talking about, Double J. Let's go.
No round of applause.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Better yet.
Oh, hell no.
What would a show be without Double J, man?
Hey, you know what? Oh man, I had to ask you a
ESPN
question,
probably.
Mr. Detroit Land. When we get done talking about football, because I don't think you ever answered me.
Yeah, with the Jets have one of the best.
Hold on, what'd he say?
I gotta ask you a question when we're done talking about the AFC East.
Yeah, because you missed the whole AFC East thing, man. You did. I didn't know you was coming back. You said you was gone.
That division stink anyway, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, no,
the Jets have arguably one of the best offensive lines in football in the NFL this year, with having Mekhi Becton and George Fant.
Yeah, but they have the MILF hunter at quarterback still.
Oh, did you have to say that?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either.
I mean, ain't
nobody got time for that.
That's a New York Post article. I can't help it.
Okay, well, we don't need you. We don't need you to quote the New York Post. Hello.
So I got the Green Goblin came flying through. The newspapers went everywhere. Things smacked me in the face.
William Dafoe.
There it was.
Yeah, we already said William Dafoe earlier in the show. Yeah, we did. Would they? Since you're the one that took the lead, you didn't raise your hand, obviously, but it's fine.
Well, I still don't look. I will say this: coaching wise, I wish Robert the best. Matter of fact, Barbershop, you were in Dearborn. He coached Dearborn Fordson before he coached Central Michigan with Matt LaFleur, and then went to San Francisco, and then of course ultimately now with the Jets.
Okay.
So he was right around the corner from where when you came up here not that long ago. So the problem is that market, that kid, I don't think works. So no matter how good you protect him, and let's also keep this in mind. You want to talk about teams that were injury riddled? The receiving position was worse than Baltimore last year. Like it was. Oh yeah. You had now look. They've added guys like Corey Davis, Elijah Moore. They drafted Garrett Wilson. Remember, this is where the rookie dinner conversation came into play, right? So
yeah.
But Corey Davis, of course, is a Central Michigan product. That's why he's linking up with his old college coach. So there's intent behind there. He's trying to get guys on, even though he's a defensive mastermind, he's trying to get people on the offensive side that I can at least go to bat for him and has a history with him. But it's a bad look. This is a make or break year for me for Zach Wilson. He's got the right young core around him.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who's running the ball over there?
Let me read off his receivers, both tight ends and wide receivers. Braxton Berrios, Tyler Conklin, tight end, Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, Elijah Moore, Jeremy Ruckert, Jeff Smith, CJ Uzoma, Trevon Wesco, Garrett Wilson, and Kenny Yeboah. And then the running backs are Nick Baldwin, Michael Carter, Tevin Coleman, Breece Hall, Ty Johnson, and LaMichael Perry.
Tevin Coleman from Indiana?
Yeah. And Breece Hall's whatever. Is he?
Iowa State.
Rookie?
Hey, man, he was a nice
player.
Yeah,
Breece Hall is rookie, yeah.
Yeah, but
the only guy in the running back room for them on the roster, or should I say, in the running back room.
Michael Carter should be the starter there.
Tevin Coleman is the only guy who has more than, he's got 8 years experience, league experience. Nobody else has more than 3.
Yeah, he played at Indiana with my cousin.
Yeah, you talking about my dude, Shane? You talking about Shane Wynn?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane. Shout out to Shane.
He must have lost to Got derailed by the train.
Oh, please. He talking about the Purdue Boilermakers.
Man, Purdue, they don't even need to talk football.
What? What do you mean? We had Karlaftis go round one. We had what do you mean? David Bell is on Cleveland. He's going to be the saving grace here at the receiving position this year. Not no people.
First of all, he's on the PUP list.
Well,
is he?
I can't believe it.
He is on the PUP list.
Then it must be sabotage internally. They're trying to save.
Oh
him.
my God! Now it's sabotage. Okay,
we'll have to make a phone call.
I didn't know that, TJ. He on the pup list?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know, man. But he played at Purdue, so we never know.
Oh,
no, that guy was untouchable. Ask Iowa fans about David Bell. They
I mean, like let Double J tell it. Early on we talked about this. He was going to be the number one wide out for the Browns.
Now, wait a minute. It's day one of training camp.
It's a foot injury.
Oh, that's why.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a foot injury.
So he goes from running a 4.2 to what? A 5.9?
Yeah.
He's still faster than you, Grandpa. Now hit the buzzer.
Oh man.
That's so disrespectful, man.
What you mean? How is that disrespectful? I'm giving you your flowers while you here, man. I'm calling you Grandpa.
That's disrespectful.
Because technically you probably is a grandpa.
I am, but that's disrespectful. Talking about he faster than me. Obviously, he is faster than me. I'm 50-something years old. Man,
what you mean 50-something? What's the exact age?
53.
Damn.
Hey, man. Oh, my God.
Hey, man. Why you sound like that?
Oh, my gosh.
You sound like Kevin Hart.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
You talking to Don Cheadle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of actors, Don Cheadle's another one.
Yeah. Hotel Rwanda. Wonderful.
I bet you're going to put him ahead of...
Doc, where you at, Doc?
Oh, Grandpa Jay.
Yeah, where you at, Doc? That's disrespectful.
Grandpa Jay.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, that's disrespectful.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah. That's disrespectful.
What did he say? 50 the new 60s?
50 the new 40.
Oh. Yeah, yeah.
John Cheadle, he might be tier 4.
Oh, that's
he's now listen, hold on. You know what? First of all, we let you off easy when you made that slander about Keanu Reeves being ahead of Kevin Spacey for whatever bias you got. If you putting Don Cheadle below any of them two, listen,
but listen, you know why he doing that?
What do you mean? Why? Hold on, bro.
Why
is John Cheadle, Hot Cheeto, even up there with them?
Because he got range. He's been comedic and dramatic, and you've already seen it. And he's done action films too. Okay, so he may not be able to load an imaginary clip the way Keanu Reeves can in The Matrix or John Wick, but he can't do a Hotel Rwanda or any type of drama.
No, hold on. So Hotel Rwanda is it's a true story.
That's right.
Based off a true story. So that's going to capture the audience anyway. No,
but his role, he played
absolutely.
Listen, sometimes you get a role of a lifetime.
Did he call up Don Cheadle? I only say this because on a train, the train was going by, doing a video for Aiden, and it literally said Don Cheadle. And
okay, whatever you want.
Listen, so sometimes you get a role of a lifetime, right? That was his role. That's his one role. But other than that, he's been a secondary cast. Like he's never been like the real box office the main role character. He hasn't led no movies besides that one.
Yeah, but some of his supporting stuff was just
look at his range just in the Oceans movie alone.
Listen, that supporting cast though. I'm saying he does a good supporting cast, even with the Iron Man stuff and all that.
In the Hotel Rwanda, he was the lead, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
that's what I said.
What about Traffic? What about Traffic?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, well, you don't know what you're missing then. What about No Sudden Move with Benicio del Toro?
I really don't know that one either.
Wow.
But I may go out and watch these. Not go out, but I may watch these. No Sudden Move and Traffic.
Iron Man. I mean, all the Iron Mans.
Okay, speaking of versatility, let's not forget that Don Cheadle has 2 Grammys.
Oh wow. Brooklyn's finest, Crash, and Trader. Classics.
You say you got two.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. I just said that. I'm not showing no more of your comments though. You're being disrespectful.
But listen, all I'm saying is, right as of this, up to this time right now, he
Absolutely
got
it
Hotel
is.
Rwanda.
What about Boogie Nights? We didn't say a word about Boogie Nights.
Oh wow. Who watched Boogie Nights? Did you double check? You really sat through that?
Seriously? You didn't
Talk
watch
to
that?
me. Oh, what about Swordfish?
Wow.
And then Devil in a Blue Dress?
Y'all saying all co-captain roles, second and third fiddle.
I don't know.
He's
I
not.
don't know.
Come on, man. He's not that tier.
What tier? He not what tier?
He's not tier 3. He tier 4.
Oh,
It's okay. It's like 8 tiers. And he tier 4.
What they say? According to Rotten Tomatoes, he earned his reputation as one of this generation's most versatile and committed performers. You want to talk about versatility?
Okay, so listen.
Yeah, let's
listen.
Yeah, that's what we should have did.
Versatility don't mean that don't mean you're a great at what you do. Versatility means you can step in and do some of the stuff some of the time.
Hold it.
You got basketball players who could. They versatile. They can
Is
guard.
he trying to jack of all trades, master of none right now?
No, that's what he's trying. That's what he's driving at. But see, when we had this,
but that's what he is, though. He ain't mastered.
Man,
he hasn't mastered that craft yet.
Stop it.
Y'all saying he mastered the craft as in he's like a box office pool. He's not, man.
Oh man, cut me in to cut it out. We was talking about that's the same thing. Yeah, Doc. Let me show this comment right here. What? You have to be great in order to step in and do whatever is asked of you. Thank you. Because some actors don't have versatility. Some actors are pigeonholed into one type of role. Matter of fact, who was it? Was a guy on a TV show? Was it? I can't think of the name of the
could say
guy.
De Niro is like that.
I just told you.
No. Because did you ever see Ronin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a classic. Ronin. You can't be mediocre and step into any role asked of you. I mean, Doc, where you at, man? We need you live to be saying live.
No kidding.
Doc, hey, and nobody said he was mediocre. I enjoy him being in movies.
You put him in tier 4.
It's nothing wrong with tier 4. I told you in my head, it's 8 tiers. Tier 4, that means you middle of the road. It's nothing wrong with middle of the road.
Middle of the road is mediocre. What's in mediocre? MED, middle of the road.
I don't like that word. Mediocre for me.
What are you talking about?
You suck.
Oh
man.
no.
Stop. You need to stop, man.
If we were to put middle of the road basketball players, I mean, it would be
middle of the road basketball player would be like Colin Sexton.
Does that sound versatile to you? Does that sound great?
That means he does what's asked of him, man. Colin Sexton.
No, being done was asked of you. That don't mean versatile. Versatile means you can do 5 different things and you can do them well enough that you can be asked to do them 5 different things.
Oh no.
Middle of the road is
So listen. You could be versatile, but that don't make you great. A prime example. We got Trevor Ariza, right? Not now, but back when he
Trevor
was
Ariza.
Listen.
Don Cheadle? No.
Listen, that's who he remind me of. He'd be on that type
so
of caliber.
That's so
He'd
disrespectful.
be that caliber.
That's
Trevor Ariza, hey, 3 and D. He can D 1 through 4, and he'll do an okay job for you.
Nah,
you gonna get what you pay for with him.
Oh my gosh, that's disrespect. I didn't think the disrespect could get no worse on this program, and it just did. Oh my gosh, that's so disrespectful. My bad, Don, if you out there watching or listening.
Oh,
you don't know no better.
He's a good actor, but he's not.
Yeah,
great.
give him the button. Yeah. Absolutely, Doc. Y'all smell that?
Hey, Doc.
PJ, you need to change your diaper.
Doc better keep ducking his fade. He know what's up. Go James in the house. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey,
what's in your cup this evening, young man? Exactly.
Now you sound like Brother Rich. Play the music, man. Play
You
the My
just-
Buddy music.
Oh no.
Hey, Doc, before you got to weighing in, he was just at a backyard barbecue.
Hey, I was, and I was drinking everything they had on
Oh,
the
that's
table.
what.
Yeah,
we-
yeah,
we-
there it
yeah,
is.
we can
Tier
tell. Yeah,
4. Tier
yeah, we can
4.
tell. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
we can tell.
that's like
Double J
what,
sent you a
E
case of
and
Lucia, huh?
J. Yeah. Oh no! Don't put.
Yeah.
Don't throw, the Lucia will never be in tier
Hold
4.
on, barbershop.
Yeah, Double J sent you a case of Lucia. What?
So if Don Cheeto, compare him to a basketball player.
Cheeto.
I'm not even about to go down
I knew
that road.
you was gonna do that. Double
I'm
J.
not about to go down
Double
that
J.
road. I'm
Double
not about
J.
to go down
Compare
that
him to a
road.
basketball player.
I'm not about to go down that road.
In
For
your
what?
opinion, not my opinion, your opinion. If you, where would he be? Who would he be? D Gully, you got any? Look, D Gully, he puzzled. He's
No,
puzzled.
I'm not puzzled. I'm thinking like that actually is an
Would
interesting
you go
question.
Paul Pierce?
Well, let's see. They brought him
Paul
in
Pierce?
to replace Terrence Howard in Iron Man in the Iron Man franchise, and he did a great job of that. He's led a
What
dramatic
about Richard
series,
Pryor
2 dramatic series. What?
in the toy?
Double J, you showing your age. You showing my
What
age.
just happened? Wait a minute,
You
hold on,
showing
bro.
my age.
You
Leave
just-
that
wait a
alone,
minute.
man.
My record
Don't
just
nobody
skipped.
know-
What is he talking about?
Yeah.
I missed you, bro.
That was. Did you say that? Would you say what I just thought you said? Because that was a great movie too.
Boy,
I
My
love
dog
that.
Skip.
I love that movie.
My dog
Oh,
Skip. Is
that
that what you
movie.
said, Gully?
No, I didn't know.
Oh,
what he
anyway,
was-
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I did too.
Double
The toy
J,
was
give
great,
me-
but Double J, you showing my age. Cut it
give
out.
me the football player. Give me the basketball player. He's equivalent to,
That-
man.
Oh, okay, now in today's league, Don Cheadle has a basketball player. Don Cheadle.
He'll be Kevin Love, bruh, right now.
Oh, that's Smick.
6th man of the year. Yep, right there, around there. He'll be the 6th man role. Like he'll be a good
You
third,
being so
fourth. wheel.
disrespectful.
Oh no!
Oh,
Miss, hold on, Mrs. Alva's weighing in. He made me watch the toy, so he really is showing his own age. Yeah.
And you liked it.
Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
Megan Alva. They're scared to give me a equivalent basketball or football player.
Nobody's going to do that
Please
because
name
what you're
one.
saying is what you're saying is
nah, because
he's not versatile enough.
right now.
No, don't even
That's an
say
insult.
Harden. Don't even say Harden. No,
I don't know.
Orlando.
I don't know, Doc.
Okay,
He's
okay,
better than
I can
that.
rock with that.
No.
Nah,
No,
he-
I can rock with that.
I don't know about that, Doc.
No, because that means that he don't show up whenever he's given a lead role.
Miami, Ray Allen.
That's
I
not
would say
bad either.
Miami
Double
Dwayne.
J.
I would say
Double J. I can
Big
rock with
three-
that.
No. Big 3 D Wade.
No.
Yes.
Oh, we got
Big
somebody
three,
with D
D-Wade.
Runk. Okay, I don't know about that. Don Cheadle will be Carmelo today. Stop playing. Okay, all right, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, do you know what he's saying? Barbershop?
No, he ain't.
That is a backhand of the insult as ever.
Man, not if you know, not if you,
Whoever
man, that's
drunk
not,
it
no,
Today's
not,
Carmelo.
appreciate that.
Today's
I
Carmelo.
love you,
no, he's
whoever
not
you
saying
are.
today's Carmelo. I
That's what
hope he
said.
ain't
would
saying
be
today's Carmelo.
today. 26. Yep. There we
No,
go.
bye. Go to
There we
sleep.
go. Yes.
Go to
2016 Kyrie.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, Doc. All right, shout out to Doc here for that
Or Big 3 Keith D Wade. Somebody who's more than capable to compliment, but
one.
potentially
If need be, can step into a lead role.
like Don Cheadle.
But was a
and
part
Damn,
of something
okay,
great.
I like that, huh?
But was a part of something great.
Y'all see my son in the background just knocking my poster down.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, shout out to the baby. Shout out to the baby.
That's
Shout out
right.
to the baby.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, shout out to the
put it back
baby.
down.
Yeah. Great support.
he put it back.
Yeah. No,
Because
he
he
didn't
didn't want
put
to
it
hurt
back.
LeBron's feelings.
And shut
Yeah,
the door.
absolutely.
Be careful.
Absolutely.
Tell your mother to come get him. This is what I'm dealing with right now, folks. Look, he going back to LeBron because he know that's
Yeah.
gonna bother me.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Put up a Mamba poster. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, Doc.
As soon as I can find a great one, I will.
You know, Megan, I'm still
Hold on, we gotta-
upset about that
hold on.
comment.
Don
just
Cheadle
go.
career mimics Carmelo's, and right now he Carmelo on the Lakers. He used to be Melo on the Nuggets.
Mm.
You know, you
No.
could make that case because
No,
what's
Runk.
his
Runk,
latest work?
I thought we was better than that, man.
What's
How
his
you-
latest work, Double J?
I think that's the problem.
Yeah,
who's
so y'all
latest
don't
work?
watch Showtime. You ain't seen Black Monday, and then you ain't watch House of Lies. Clearly, y'all haven't seen either of those.
Well, wait a minute. We were talking about movies. We didn't say.
Well, we just said Don Cheadle, period. And then and then TJ jumped in talking about who'd you comparing to as a basketball player. Mrs. Alva weighing in again. She said, "I never said I did not enjoy the movie." Yeah. The
Now
toy
relax,
was
Fancy Bates. All right.
Hey, ho, ho. We talking about actors and actresses. Whatever he just said made me think of what's the lady who played in Dolores Claiborne?
Kathy Bates.
Oh, she's one of the coldest.
I was watching the movie.
She was one of the coldest.
The Rocketeer. She go to the theater. And
Hold on, D-Runk ran in again. Hotel Rwanda, Don Cheadle, Mello on the Knicks.
No, I would have said on the Nuggets.
Okay.
Hold on, go back. What did I say?
You think the Knicks more than the Nuggets?
He said Hotel Rwanda was Don Cheadle. He said Hotel Rwanda, Don Cheadle was Mello on the Knicks.
Nice. Who said that?
Oh, D-Runk. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, the role he played in Devil in the Blue Dress, I mean, if it wasn't Denzel on the other side of that, Don Cheadle would have been taking home some hardware. He played Mouse to a T. He played out of that role.
Versatility.
You know what?
I'm gonna tell you alone.
I'm gonna tell you the perfect person.
Trouble.
He is Andre Iguodala in 2015.
American icon.
Oh, I'm cutting your mic off. That's it.
Anybody got time for that?
Cutting your mic off.
He's Andre Iguodala, 2015, the
Man,
MVP.
Stop it. That's a disrespect to Don Cheadle.
He's a Hall of Famer.
That's a disrespect to Don Cheadle in the movie Traffic, in the movie Traitor. Are you serious? Did y'all ever see the movie Traitor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
No sudden move.
D-Runk say, I did love Don Cheadle and no sudden move. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Come on, man. Come on, help me out, man. Don't
We're just trying to,
Don't
4, middle of the road Colin Sexton, present day. I mean,
Yeah, he said Andre Iguodala's wild. Yeah. Yeah, but if you know anything about this,
we talking about Iguodala in 15, man. He came off the bench and he the reason they won. You feel me? He the reason they won.
No.
Oh, I've got to show this one because now he taking us down another road. Is Don Cheadle even a top 10 all-time black actor?
Whoa!
No.
Hold on, though.
Wait a minute.
No.
Hold on, though.
DJ, don't you?
Okay, so wait a minute. Okay,
hold on.
He's not. He is not. He's
Hold
a great one, but he is not. I can name the 10 right now.
This was gonna be my 5th. Nah, probably not.
Yeah, you mean which 5th? The one you drinking?
No.
Will
you rank him above? Do y'all rank him above Eddie Murphy?
As an actor?
No, as a comedian.
Do I rank him above Eddie Murphy as an actor?
Now, remember, Life. Hold on, Life. Hold on. We got Life.
Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, 3. We got
my personal favorite.
Not Big Mama's House. That's Martin. What's the other one?
Dr. Doolittle.
Dr.
Doolittle.
No.
Hey, and he was good in Metro too.
Yeah. Okay. So what about Mr.
Harlem Nights? Come on.
48 hours.
Mr. Church.
Coming to America? Nah, he's not above
Dream Girls.
You're out of your mind.
He's not above Eddie Murphy for me. I'm sorry.
Mr. Church, Dream Girls.
So, but okay. So wait, who do you got here? Is Chadwick Boseman in the top 10?
No, he cannot.
Unfortunately, no, because he had a great run, and I think his untimely death.
Yeah.
So this is where we're setting a bar. I'm trying to get us as a collective.
I'm telling you,
what you saying? Are you
together? Listen,
yeah, the list does go on. Hold on. D-Runk, what you saying? Are you being facetious or are you serious? He's saying Eddie Murphy as an actor is not in the same.
Will Smith and Samuel L.
Putting Will Smith up there, man. My goodness, man.
You got Samuel L. wins Will Smith, Denzel.
Okay, Gully. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell y'all why he keep putting Will Smith in it. And Will Smith deserve to be there.
Why are you hating on Will Smith?
I said
Yeah,
Will Smith
because-
no,
deserves
let
to
him
be
explain
there.
that.
Listen.
Jay,
No,
let
hold
him
on.
explain that.
I've been hearing this all day.
No,
Well, hold on.
let me say this. And I'm not hating on Will. What make you? I said Will Smith deserves to be there. Well, how is that hating?
No, I'm not talking about
Exactly.
you. I'm talking about D Gully. Why?
No,
No, I'm
Gully
not talking
wasn't
about- I'm
putting
not
You
him
know
in
why
there.
Will Smith isn't there? You know why? Because Denzel's there, Lawrence Fishburne's there, Sidney
No,
Poitier's
no,
there, Morgan
stop.
Freeman is there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're
Eddie
the
Murphy.
body of
in there.
works.
You're right about that. Eddie Murphy do got some misses.
Also,
Eddie
you
Murphy
could
do got some
argue
misses.
Andre Brower, Courtney B. Vance, then Will Smith.
No,
man. No,
Yeah, we
bro.
did. We said Leonardo.
Well,
Earlier.
I thought we were talking about
Doc.
black actors. In
No, we
this
talking about black
recent round.
we talking about black actors,
Yeah.
and Lawrence Fishburne is not ahead of Will Smith, no way, shape, or form. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
But
my
the
gosh,
viewer.
why
But the,
not?
I would put him one behind him.
Now, if
I'm
you
on the
said,
same
if you
page.
said, if you
you
said
tell me
Morgan
right now,
Freeman,
if you telling me right now,
it's Samuel,
if-
Morgan
if-
Freeman, Will Smith, Denzel. That's the top right
you
there.
did
Male
not say
actor.
Sidney Poitier.
He up there
Sidney-
too. I'm sorry.
what you
no
mean?
disrespect.
Up there,
Sidney,
cast.
ho. Sidney Poitier is at the top.
I got Denzel ahead of him. I'm sorry.
Man, stop
Okay, that's
it.
fine. You can argue that.
No.
I got
argue
Denzel.
that.
I
You
can
can
argue. I
there's
know
no-
for a
there's
fact
no-
he's
there's
ahead.
no
where's,
way.
where's
Oh, and listen,
Forrest
he said
Whitaker?
he said Will Smith played the same role every movie. Dude who know more than
No.
everybody. Oh,
No.
he got you. Got
I
him.
didn't do him like that. No.
Got him.
Dude,
Yeah.
know more than everybody.
That's how Will Smith plays. He played the smartest guy in the room all the time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, like he did in Men
Oh,
in
in the
Black.
Fresh Prince, he was the
Yeah.
smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right. Thank
Hey.
you.
He's-
Come on,
listen,
get out of
he's
here,
a-
man.
look,
Come
he's a
on,
dynamic
where
actor
was
in his
Uncle
own
Phil?
right. But I'm saying, like, how
Sidney
is he-
Poitier is at the top. Oh, he
He-
throwing up another one. Ooh, Forrest Whitaker.
watch him
I
say
said
yeah.
Forrest Whitaker.
Oh,
Watch
did
him
you?
say
I didn't
yeah.
hear you
Danny
say Forrest
Glover.
Whitaker.
No,
Come
he's not ahead of Forrest Whitaker.
No. Is
No.
Will Smith ahead of Forrest Whitaker?
Will Smith is.
Yes. Yes. Wait. Yes.
Ghost Dog.
I need to go to bed.
Forrest
man.
Whitaker.
Oh,
Okay,
look
I'm
at
on
the
medicine.
resume,
man,
bro.
yeah, you got.
Yeah,
Go
No,
look
he
at
not.
the resumes.
Come on, man. Like, man.
Yeah,
man.
okay,
Hang on
yeah,
a
do that.
second.
Yeah, look up the
Listen,
resume.
listen.
Yeah,
I
why-
read the autobiography before he slapped Chris Rock. I'm a big fan of Will Smith in his range.
I don't believe it.
Earlier in the show, I talked about how 6 Degrees of Separation, how powerful a film that was, and how it did great for his career. I remember as a kid watching that movie.
Jamie
And I
Foxx.
was supposed to.
Ah.
Jamie Foxx ain't ahead of Will Smith.
Listen,
I'll tell you
no,
that for sure.
no.
Hey,
But
listen
when
to
we
this.
say
Listen
top
to this,
10
though.
or top 5, you about to give me these box office numbers, bro? I know where you about to. You about to give me these box office numbers. You about to give me this 10 straight years.
Bad
Said Will
boys.
Smith ain't ahead of
What about
Forrest Whitaker,
Lorenz
bro on
Tate?
shrooms.
Here we go. We know this.
You got Lorenz
Listen,
Tate, Cuba
listen.
Gooding
Bad
Jr.,
boys. Pursuit of Happiness. 7 pounds.
Martin Lawrence.
Come on, King Richard. I
Ving
am
Rhames,
legend.
Wesley
Come on, man.
Snipes.
Come
He
on.
said
bro.
Will Smith got more blockbusters before Whitaker got better movies. Mm.
Hold on. What did he say?
He said Will Smith got
Basically,
more blockbusters before Whitaker got
he
better
making an
movies.
argument.
Okay, now give me.
I Robot was
Whitaker's-
good.
Give me Whitaker's top 3 movies.
Last King of Scotland.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
I would say but see, but Denzel was in that too, though.
What y'all
I'm
about
a-
to say? Jason's lyric when he was beating up the mama and stuff.
No.
Mm-mm.
You know what? You know what? I hope your son come and knock that picture down.
Yeah, I do too.
See, that's my problem with Forrest Whitaker. I don't think he's got enough.
He don't got enough, bro. Y'all don't respect.
I'm
him.
not about
We
to
got him
argue
in
Forrest
Rogue
Whitaker.
One, Taken
Wait a minute.
3, and he was in Black Panther 2 as well.
City-
but
what
The
about City
Butler,
of
and that's about
Lies?
it.
City of Lies, Forgiven.
I don't think those have staying power.
What about The Butler?
I
Okay,
said
that's
that,
okay.
yeah.
That's okay, bro.
I know. You see what I mean? That's
Come on, bro. Y'all are tripping, bro. Sidney
I don't
Poitier,
think so.
he A2, A1.
Repentance and Catch 44.
Cool, okay.
He said Will Smith ain't even ahead of Mekhi Pfeiffer. I'm being honest.
I'm about to go to bed.
That's
I'm about to go to
it.
bed.
No,
What
that's
you
where
got?
I draw
I
a
don't
line.
know. That's
Paid in full.
listen, I like Paid
8
in
Mile.
Full.
Don't forget 8
8
Mile.
Mile paid in full, bro.
I
He
like
was a
I like that straight to video B film that he was in called Uninvited Guest. I don't know if you ever seen that.
Yeah, that was
movie.
yeah.
That was
High
a
School
great
High.
movie.
I know what you did. I still know what you did last summer.
Wasn't he?
What about
he was in one of the Halloween movies though.
what
right?
about Witness Protection?
okay. So where y'all have Will Smith on your list?
I know
Barbershop
he-
J,
See,
I don't-
they're
D
trying to
Gully.
kick him out of the
not
top
top five.
10.
They
He's
taking
not
him out of the top 10 is
No,
disrespect.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Will Smith
Listen,
is in the
I'ma do
top
it
10.
again.
I'm gonna say Will Smith is in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm not about to put him
And they're going
ahead
to
of-
say 8 through 10. Watch both of them.
Yeah, he top 10, 10A.
Yeah, he might be like he's not. All right, I'm gonna just tell you this. I tell you this. People we'll figure it out from here. Let's just say, hey, you start him at 1, and then I'm gonna name an actor, and then he just falls behind, right? So let's say
go ahead.
Will Smith is 1. Okay, so you got Will Smith at 1. All right, soon as I say Denzel,
No,
Will Smith is-
D-Ron, we talking what you just said earlier, just about top 10 black actors. Period.
as far as no, I think as far as his acting, I think is his range and his ability to be impressive on film and the films and the movies that he made, right? You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Will Smith.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
saying because first of all, because if we're talking about a box office skills, he's already number 1 world of all time, and nobody saw nobody
over Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, because TJ was about to bring up the list. For 10 years, he had 10 years. Every film he had was a number 1 film. He had like 10 straight number 1 films.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
no.
Okay, I'm not arguing that, but I'm saying.
No,
I'm
yes,
saying
you
up
are,
against-
because you said top 10. You know,
No,
I said he-
right that you were not putting him anywhere
I
greater
wasn't.
than
I'm not.
7.
I don't know. I don't know to see. I don't know that he's. First of all, he's not in my top 5.
Is
I
he
don't
ahead
know
of
that
Idris Elba?
I say yes.
Yes, he's ahead of Idris Elba.
Yeah, but see,
I like Idris. So
But
okay,
yeah, Will Smith
but
is
like
ahead.
he
He's
said,
a better
though,
DJ.
is he top 10 just because blockbuster hits?
No, I'm telling you, skill wise, and
that's part. Hold on, but listen, that's part of it. Like, can you?
But what about Ving Rhames here? Like,
No,
what
he's
about,
ahead of
what
him.
about iconic roles?
Nah,
Baby
Wait,
Boy.
what is Ving Rhames like in that role, man?
Ving
Holiday
Rhames,
Heart, bro.
Double
J,
J, Double J,
Holiday Heart,
Mission
bro.
Impossible,
Holiday
Dawn of the
Heart.
Dead.
And you talk about and you talk about Baby Boy,
Yeah, that's what he just said, baby.
Holiday
boy.
Heart, and
Eggs.
Baby Boy.
Double J. He's in the 15 to 25
Guns
range.
and butter.
More than 20.
Yeah.
to 20
And
to
what's more
25.
iconic than that? Come on. And,
Oh,
He's 20
man.
to
Oh, man,
25.
Agent J.
I'm still stuck on. I'm still
Look.
stuck on. Yeah, right, Doc.
Listen.
Not Holiday Heart. I'm still stuck on the Sidney Poitier thing.
Listen, look.
I said he 2. What's the problem?
Okay,
What
look.
you mean he too?
All right, look. That's what I'm saying.
Denzel 1, bro. I don't care what y'all
When,
say.
okay.
I don't care what you say. It's nothing you
what
can
about the
tell me.
Wayans brothers?
It's nothing you can tell me to make Sidney Poitier over Denzel. Nothing. It's nothing you can
He
tell
won
me.
the
We can just
first
stop that
Academy
now, bro.
Award as a black actor. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm
alone
trying to
should
tell you.
kill you.
It's nothing you can tell me, bro.
That's biased.
nothing.
Then.
That's fine.
That's biased. Then.
Yeah,
Ain't
yeah,
no
gotta be
bias.
biased.
I
Yeah, it is
know the
biased.
best actor I have, the best
Ever
black
seen.
actor I have.
Right.
ever
So he
seen
haven't
is
seen it.
Denzel.
So that means he clearly
Okay,
haven't
so
seen
then,
his
okay,
catalog.
that's right. That's why can't nobody say nothing because you ain't
Yeah,
seen
'cause you haven't seen his
Sidney
catalog.
Poitier.
But I just, it's
All right,
not
man.
enough for
I ain't
me.
gotta
I mean,
see all-
What do you mean it's
every
not enough?
movie-
we're putting him just because he was the first.
No,
Like,
not
I
only
mean,
because he
come
was the
on.
first.
Man,
Like,
listen.
okay,
In the heat,
that's
of,
a value.
A piece of
but
the
come
action.
on.
Let's do it again. So he's
in the
done
heat of the
comedy.
night.
He's done.
I understand.
heat
I'm
of the
not
night?
denying in the heat of the
That's
night.
what's coming.
I'm not
Dinner,
denying
like-
that. But it's really the catalog quite to
Hey, let me
the
let
extent
me tell you
of some of
something.
these
Let me
other
tell you,
guys.
I'm just gonna be.
Yeah,
let me
they
tell you
are
something.
because prospectively speaking,
Denzel literally
these
killed
films
every role, bro.
he the same
An A
character in every
plus
role.
in every role.
But he the same character in every role, bro.
How could you
Denzel
put him?
brings his presence.
Listen,
Denzel
bro.
brings himself to every role, and he has a
Lawrence Fishburne. I mean,
Lawrence
come on.
Fishburne's
Boys
playing
in the
character.
Hood. TJ's
Wow.
favorite movie, The Matrix.
No, that literally was my favorite movie.
Always
of season of
outnumbered.
life.
Mhm.
always
Outnumbered.
Just Cause.
Lawrence
You said-
Fishburne may be 11 or 12. I gotta actually look.
He's
at
out of
that.
the
Ahead
top
of Will
10?
Smith to me, man.
He's out of the top 10.
Man, he ain't.
Who is out of the top 10?
bro?
Is Lawrence Fishburne in the top 10 or out?
I think he's in my top 10. I think he's in my.
I don't know if I could put him out. I would need
I don't know. Okay,
like,
because
charts.
to do it simply, name 10 actors you would put ahead of her.
Yeah, he might be in the top 10. I gotta think about it, but I think he might just be in.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
He could be Bill Russell, but
you know what? I think that's an a very accurate comparison.
No,
because
you just
he's
messed up,
constantly
TJ.
disregarded.
You just messed up, TJ.
He's always overlooked.
Listen, just Sidney Poitier's filmography as an actor. He got 55 films as an actor, 9 as a director, 5 for soundtrack, 4 for producer, 1 for a writer.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh, stop it. Okay, that's it. It's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go.
It's time to go, man.
It's time to go. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord.
Yo, man.
Oh my goodness. I forgot. A Raisin in the Sun.
I hated that in school.
I know. We all got stuck watching that.
I hated that.
Wasn't Danny Glover in that?
In school, bro.
I thought Danny Glover was in that.
No. So you talking about the modern version. You talking about the one with B. Diddy. Get on out of here with that. I'm talking about the classic. Man,
I watched the classic. I hated it.
I know you hated it.
I hated
it. Black and white because it wasn't in color.
Don't pour up, man. We're almost
man. Are you serious?
Go ahead on, bro.
Man, listen. Sidney Poitier is top of the list. Period. Then it's
too.
Everybody else.
Hey,
then it's everybody else.
Denzel top 2, not 2 either. So
Denzel, Sidney Poitier is top of the list. Then it's everybody else.
You just saying that because he became first, bro. That's all you saying that for.
Well,
I'm saying that because
listen, you haven't seen.
That's why I like that
catalog. It's no way that if you haven't watched. I mean, first of all, you're right because you're saying your top 10 and your list.
No,
so because of
not my top.
Hold on, wait.
He is the one.
Wait. So you can say without looking at even a portion of Sidney Poitier's catalog.
I seen a portion. That was him in Raisin in the Sun, wasn't it?
What movies did you see of his? Tell me. Name the 5. Let's make 5 to qualify.
I hated it in the heat of the night as a kid too.
Okay, you hated it, but you watched it. Okay, so cool. We give you credit for that. Raisin in the Sun.
I hated that too. Raisin in the Sun.
Okay, name the 3. Name the 3 others.
I hated it.
Name the 3
others. I'm
others.
not saying he did a bad job.
Name the 3 others though.
But it didn't move.
You said you
watched
guess
5 what?
Movies.
Now listen.
No, don't listen. No, you said you named 5. Name 5 movies.
Watch this though. Watch this, Double J. Now y'all
say, are you seriously gonna go
about to pivot? No, man.
I'm watching.
Now I said I hated both of those, right? And I was a kid, so it's like, oh, you was a kid, you didn't really understand. But why
I didn't say that?
Hold on. I'm just saying that's probably because the thought about that. So I said,
don't tell us what you think we thinking. We ain't said it, so how you can't tell us what we thinking?
Check this out. I watched Glory and I loved it.
That's fantastic for you.
I loved
Name 3 other Sidney Poitier films to disqualify him. You ain't even watched 5. See, Helen? Name 5 Sidney Poitier films you watched.
Okay, now name 5 Sidney, because right at the top of my head, I can't think of none. Name 5 of them, and I'm gonna tell you how much I liked them or disliked them, or if
you ain't even seen them, bro.
I gave you 2 already.
Uptown Saturday Night.
Oh my gosh, I forgot
about a piece of
them.
action.
Oh,
I seen that too.
Let's do it again.
Come on, Red Ball Express, A Warm December. Those sucked.
No, don't give him credit, Double J. No, don't give him credit. No, don't help him with the test. This was it.
What about Yeah, don't help him. What about Porgy and Bess? The defiant ones.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Denzel is MJ. Let's go, D-Runk.
Yeah.
Right.
And he played Mandela.
Did he really?
Man, Denzel played Malcolm X, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about Mandela.
Are you? Oh, it's okay. Okay. Well,
and Will Smith played
Ray. Hey man, how you doing?
How we doing? How we doing?
Yeah,
Denzel played Malcolm X, bro.
Yes, he did.
He did, and he did a great job. Nobody taking nothing from Denzel. I said Sidney Poitier is at the top, and then it's everybody else.
What movie did Denzel act in suck?
What movie did Sidney Poitier act in that sucked?
Man, Double J, name them. I don't know them, but name them, bro. You just name.
First of all, that's why. Listen, that's why my hashtag is what it is, bro.
What was it, Porgy and Bess or some garbage?
Right. Porgy and Bess was a. Are you
barbershop? This is what we talking about.
It's not my taste.
Exactly. Goats don't exist
So
because
that's why it sucks,
filmmaking,
because it's not your taste.
right? Because filmmaking and what made a compelling film and the way cinema was made generate era after era, decade after decade, just like everything that's done decade after decade, the nuances and the appeals all change. We don't play ball.
Nope.
We don't play ball the same way.
No, see, you can't disregard that.
I didn't disregard it. I'm saying no.
Training Day alone shoots him at the top.
No,
it's my favorite movie, but I don't think that's why he stands at the top to me.
Absolutely
Man,
not.
bro.
I mean,
Denzel, Man on Fire, Training Day, bro. Glory, it's bro. No, man, he got too many A plus
That's
movies,
right,
bro.
And
his acting in the movies made the movies the A plus.
And you can say that everything you said.
No, you can't.
Everything you said about Denzel, you can say, "Are you sick?"
He just
listen.
told me,
Let me tell you something.
Listen,
let me tell you something. In the heat of the night,
I seen that, man.
In the heat of the night, that scene where he slapped that dude in the greenhouse.
Come on.
Okay.
And versus that scene in Training Day?
No, because you know what? The scene
in
in the movie was unscripted.
Thank you. It was unscripted.
Not in the script.
So he improved.
Yeah,
and
he improved at a mighty fine time in the country. Just like Bill Russell winning championships in the 50s and 60s.
Actors do, right?
Huh?
Yeah, but listen,
but a lot of improv.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, that improv could have cost him a whole lot more, and it did.
For him to do what he did, in that movie at that time in the country,
bro.
Man,
it's nothing to be wrong with being number 2. Jordan number 2. What's wrong with that?
Oh, yeah. So says you.
Hey, listen, Jordan number 2. That's fine. Jordan can be number 2. That's fine, bro. But that one that you got, I don't know. I don't know about that one you got.
Booker Eli, man, listen,
Booker Eli.
I didn't even know that man was blind. Hey,
that was the whole point.
I seen that movie twice, and I didn't even know he was blind.
That was the whole point. You didn't know
that's how good of an actor he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, ain't nobody saying that he ain't. You trying to say that I'm saying that he ain't? I said Sidney Poitier is at the top. Then it's everybody else.
You want to say you grandpa and you want to grandfather people in. No,
I'm not grandfathering nobody in.
That's what I'm saying. That's just what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, man.
The catalog is look.
For sure.
How you gonna talk about the catalog and everybody seeing these movies? Y'all wasn't even watching. This is what I'm saying. This is why there are no goats. Filmmaking was totally different. They wasn't doing. There was no Booker Eli in 1955. There was no Training Day in 1960. There was no movie. There was no script. There was no content.
He was a victim of circumstance.
Who was a victim? Nobody's a victim of circumstance. When you talk,
that's what you saying.
No, the only time you're a victim of circumstances is when you try to say a guy from an era 50 years different from another era is greater. That's the only time you're a victim of circumstance. Sidney, I shouldn't be able to say that Sidney Poitier is a GOAT because filmmaking is totally different.
I said the same thing, D-Rump. Go ahead, keep going, Gully.
Filmmaking is totally different than what it is now.
Doc, it's time
you're
for
doing a lot more. You're capable of a lot more, and the style of movies is changed. Our attention span is a lot shorter.
Listen, D Gully and the barbershop. My mother is older than both of y'all. My uncles, my grandfather, they crowned Denzel, bruh.
That's
and
fantastic.
They crowned him, man.
That is fantastic. I appreciate them in that.
I'm just saying.
Why are we limiting his greatness?
Hey, but I tell you what. We're not arguing nobody's greatness.
We're not arguing.
That ain't the argument. That's not the
argument.
The 3 films that y'all the 3 films of Sidney Poitier that y'all didn't like. Huh?
I mean,
the 3 films of Sidney Poitier y'all didn't like. Defaults Denzel to being the greatest. That's what we say. We're not saying
Sidney
that.
Poitier only has about 45, I think. To my
45 films,
and Denzel's over 50. So even if we wanted to go there,
Sidney
I would
Poitier
go
like
worst to first.
Player, so the first
head to head. We could do a versus. Let's do a versus.
That's not.
Look at that. Hold on. What about that role where Ray
That's
Allen
not
was
why I'm
Jesus
saying that
Shuttleworth? He got game.
Yeah, that was what you mean. That was a classic. What
Jesus
you saying?
Shuttlesworth. Come on,
TJ. Go ask TJ. Go ask them same uncles and aunts. Go ask them what we talking about. Denzel or Will Smith or whoever you talking about. Ask them where Sidney Poitier at. Ask him.
Listen, I'm about to call my uncle, put him on speakerphone right now.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Doc.
You do that.
Oh.
Remember the Titans? No, and
Oh man.
listen. It's Sidney Poitier.
Hey, there's your high school movie. There's your history class video.
Come in and cut it out.
There's your Raisin in the Sun.
And listen, who said Denzel was not capable?
No, that was Sam.
Yeah, go ahead and say Coach Carter.
See that? Here, yep. Boom, the hurricane.
Yeah, we said the hurricane. Yeah. But you know what I'm noticing here? I'm noticing a whole lot of recency bias.
I got Unc on the phone. Oh.
Tell Unc don't cuss. Tell Unc don't cuss, please.
Sidney
Antoine
Poitier.
Fisher.
Hold on, be quiet. Only on 1%. Sidney Poitier or Denzel Washington.
His phone gonna die before we get the answer.
It's a close one. He said, "Man, y'all hear him?"
Yeah. This about to be a cable guy.
No cursing, Unc. We on a podcast.
Tell him you on 1%, man.
Shout out to Unc. Shout out to Unc.
Hold on, my phone died. Let me grab my phone.
Yeah, your phone died. Yeah, get out of here. Shout out to Unc. Unc said keeping it real. Yeah, right down there. He said keeping it real. He said Sidney Poitier.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The heat of the night the whole time.
Absolutely. Man, Sidney Poitier's resume is so extensive. Pick the world's longest bridge.
No.
And it still don't match.
We could go a versus of their 50 versus
Denzel and
50.
Glory. Yeah, absolutely. We're not listen. No, we're not talking. Listen, Sidney Poitier is at the top because of the things that he did.
Wait a minute.
This is why were groundbreaking for guys like Denzel.
Right, but so wouldn't we say that about Bill Russell? Wouldn't we say that about Wilt Chamberlain?
So hold on, my argument.
And aren't they consistently overlooked as it pertains to the?
But not here.
GOAT
not
conversation.
Here.
That's why there are no GOATs, man. You don't like the films that Sidney. Listen, no, you just said Double J. You don't. You found the films that make Sidney Poitier's career. The whole match of Sidney Poitier's career. Okay, all right, but you named about 4 of them, 5 of them.
He said he just looked at the list of top 20 black actors and Sidney Poitier is 11. But whose list is that though? Yeah, thank you. Based off of whose list though? Based off of whose list?
They probably got Will Smith at number 1.
Hey, listen, man. My uncle
obviously
real. One thing about my Uncle Ronnie, he ain't gonna fake, bro. So I'm gonna let y'all have this for now, but I got more uncles. I'm gonna tell y'all that.
How many uncles you gotta have in order to get this?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. He gonna find the. We gonna keep going through uncles. He gonna keep going through uncles till he find the one that agree with what he said.
I bet his phone will be at 99%. I bet his phone will be at 99% when he do it too.
Hey, but guess what? Hold on. I guarantee you this. If that uncle had said Denzel, he wouldn't have been talking about I got other uncles.
Nope.
I bet you he would have said I got other uncles. But because the uncle said Sidney Poitier, but let me say this about Bill Russell and the whole.
But he was. He was there. He was startled, like man, he couldn't choose. You see how close he was.
That's what we saying.
That's what me and Barbershop said. We ain't say it was like a.
So it's apples or oranges at the end of the day, man.
Say again.
You prefer apples or you prefer oranges?
Now they apples and oranges. I thought they was actors at first. What they gonna be next?
Okay, based on that list, he's saying Denzel number 1. Now, again, I want to know who's making the list. Somebody that's 25.
I mean, The Simple Life of Noah Dearborn. I mean, come on.
Nobody's knocking Denzel.
None of these films, Double J. All right, put it like this:
The Last Brick Maker in America. I mean, come on, guys. Like that.
Double J. Here's the whole point. Here's the whole point. I guarantee you take any of those films that Sidney Poitier, those hallmark films of his career, if they were to remake those films,
and I put Denzel right there, they're gonna be box office hits.
Oh, cut it!
You know why they would be box office hits?
Because of Denzel.
No, because the style of filmmaking in 2022 is different than 1956 when he mastered.
Wouldn't you argue that it's harder? It's more challenging to be successful because of the variety There's no guarantees anymore about getting people into a theater, let alone.
I'm not sure of that because you know what, a film can be a hit and they don't have to go to the theater. Look at
but
like
it can
Netflix.
also bomb without it. With and without it.
Netflix. I mean, but listen, Netflix, like Denzel movies. Sometimes those movies have underperformed. Some of those movies have underperformed.
Well, that's because he's got a $20 million
my point to you remains: the films, the anchor films on Sidney Poitier's body of work. Those ones that people who say who they seen Sidney Poitier to say, hey, yo, he's the best actor I've ever seen. Them films you'd fall asleep on. If they remade them with the core plot elements and all of that, they're going to be cut and they're going to be screenplayed and they're going to be filmed differently. And they ought to be more appealing in 2022 to us than they are
using Tyler Perry.
What do you mean? Even if they use Tyler Perry, my point is it's going to be cut for how we look at things now, bro. Listen, nobody's bringing back a box body Buick LeSabre. It's not happening. But what they will do is they'll redesign a Charger with the body with the clay molding, make it look like the Charger that it used to be, but be built with a Hemi engine just like now, so it can appeal to the generation now. You're not gonna make the Charger of 1960 and bring it out in 2022.
Absolutely, that's a great point. They got Sidney Poitier behind Danny Glover in the butt. Oh man, that's what I said.
Danny Glover.
Oh man, please. That's why I said
Angels in the outfield.
Man, who made the list?
I gotta go get the kids dinner, man.
Yeah, but let me say this right quick. Yeah, we can ready to get out of here. We've been a little long in the tooth, but let me say this right quick about the whole Bill Russell and the Will Chamberlain thing. Same thing I said in the locker room before I met TJ to RB, and when I met TJ, I said it and been saying the same thing. There is no such thing as a GOAT, because if you are, then you got to put Bill Russell in the conversation or Kareem.
They both in the conversation. They in the conversation.
And then what do you, thank you, D Gully, goats don't exist. So in other words, when you're going to have that conversation,
because to me, goat on the farm all the time.
Yeah, you mean, you talking about the one that played in LA. They got farms out there. They call Hollywood farms. That's exactly what they call it. Yeah, this was a good one, y'all.
Hey,
everybody
listen,
got to get ready to go.
I just got to ask TJ.
Man, we don't want to. Oh, man,
listen,
we don't want to.
TJ, I got to ask you a question. TJ, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah, Boom Farm.
TJ, I need to ask you a question. TJ, you ready?
What do you call this?
Boom
right,
Farm.
Exactly.
We just said it.
Proof of concept that goats don't exist. That's what I call it.
Sponsored by E&J.
Listen, TJ, I got to ask you a question. You ready?
This is brought to you by Don.
Oh,
I know
God.
it is.
Get that on the screen. Come on, man.
A bar near you.
TJ, I got to ask you a question. Because I don't think you ever answered me.
Let's go.
Name your favorite pass first shooting guard.
Shooting guard?
Name your favorite pass first shooting guard.
Oh, wow.
Bro, do they make those?
No, because a shooting guard is supposed to shoot. He's not supposed to be called upon to distribute. So a shooting guard, by right, compared to a small forward or any other point guard, should be able to should have less assists.
It's all good, D-Rump. Hold on, Gully. Hold that thought. It's all good, D-Rump. We appreciate you for joining us on this P-Program. We're going to throw that last comment. Will Smith is LeBron, a fake GOAT. Oh. But go ahead, Gully. Go ahead, finish.
So like I said, there's no such thing as a pass first shooting guard because they play the bench. Shooting guard is supposed to shoot first. So in comparison to a point guard or a small forward, it is overwhelmingly acceptable for a shooting guard for his career to have less assists on average than a distributor, which is primarily what a point guard or small forward is. That's my point.
You saying a small forward supposed to pass first too?
It would be understandable for a small forward to have better assists on average than a shooting guard.
Listen, you gave me the direct description of what a shooting guard was supposed to do.
Supposed to shoot.
So give me the direct description of what a small forward is supposed to do.
Small forward?
Yeah, don't adjust it for LeBron because he's that good. So just say what a small forward supposed to do. Please. And Barbershop, give me yours too, man.
So a small forward is a scorer, not necessarily a primary shooter, right? And a facilitator, yeah. So like a Larry Bird, a LeBron
I thought
James.
you said shooting guard.
No, I asked him his favorite pass for shooting guard.
I asked him. He gave me a direct description
of a shooting guard.
They both a
shoot first. A guard, a small player guard on the what they call it, the perimeter. It's designed that's by position supposed to be a scorer.
But he asked him the question first, though. You have to hear the question. Name your favorite pass first shooting guard.
Because LeBron is often considered the best pass first small forward.
Over Pistol?
Who has
I don't know
LeBron?
I don't know if Pistol Pete was he a small forward?
Yes. He wasn't shooting guard.
But I'm saying is
Scottie Pippen? Ooh.
But right. So if you compare if you're telling me a shooting guard is if you're telling me a small forward is better than a shooting guard because a small forward distributes the ball more, this is stating the obvious.
Jerry West.
No,
Jerry West was a point
no,
guard.
he didn't. I'm with you, D-Ron. He didn't. He didn't invent the point forward position.
No, but I thought he played shooting guard as well.
No, he was a point guard.
Who?
Jerry West.
Jerry West was a point guard.
Pass for shooting guard because they don't exist.
But his point is
that's not true.
His point about
name one in. Name a pass for a shooting guard.
A pass for a shooting guard. I mean, you could say, well,
no, exactly. They don't exist. They play the bench. If they even play at all.
First of all, in this era, you can't even name a pass first point guard barely, man.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Who?
Chris Paul for one.
That's it. Who else?
Are you serious?
The great
LaMelo Ball is a pass first.
He's not good.
We ain't talking about whether he's good or not. You said name a pass first.
But hold on. He
ain't got to be good.
The basis of this question is he comparing Jordan to LeBron.
Rondo would have been one. Mark Jackson, Kevin Johnson.
Yep, and they're all point
Isaiah
guards.
Thomas.
They're all point guards.
I say of this era right now. Rondo is old.
Ja
He's not
Morant.
even of this era. Who?
Ja Morant.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not.
Ja Morant.
He's not a pass.
Jason Kidd.
Of this era.
Oh, well, Ricky
All of them
Rubio.
all these greats are scored first.
Darius Garland.
He
Pass
ain't great.
first.
He's okay. He's not great though.
Why,
Okay.
wait a minute. What does good or great have to do with whether or not what you do first or not?
And again, why are we talking about point guards? I said name me a pass first shooting guard.
I already told you. I don't know one.
Because it
Tony
doesn't
Parker?
exist. So don't tell me that LeBron is a better player overall than a shooting guard when a shooting guard's first responsibility is supposed to be to shoot the ball and score.
That's not the reason.
I think
That's
Richard
not the
Hamilton
reason he's
was pass first. I don't think
He was a pass first shooting guard, Rip Hamilton. Really?
And the Pistons.
Oh man, you from Detroit.
Chauncey
You should know
Billups
better.
would have absolutely
Nah,
been
Chauncey
pass
Billups,
first.
because Chauncey Billups did play point and shooting guard, but on the floor when they started, Chauncey was the point, and
Rip was the two.
Rip came off the screen. Rip came off the screen and got he was off.
If it was
off that
there.
script.
But
If it was there.
When wasn't it there with Rip Hamilton?
He had to
And
run
he was
around
known
like a
as
maniac.
Mr.
That's
Mid-range.
fine. Yeah, he run around like Steph Curry to find
He
the
was
ball.
known as Mr. Mid-range. He didn't have to run around like Steph Curry.
He had to
was
run
known
around
as-
like Reggie Miller. Yes, he
No,
did.
he did.
No,
He did a lot of running in
No,
Chicago.
listen.
He did.
Hold on. Rip Hamilton was known for mid-range.
Right, because he would find the
screens.
screens and then he would pop out and shoot,
Okay, but listen. A lot
making
of times,
him a shoot first
I would
shooting
say
guard.
No, I'm not saying what he was or wasn't. What I'm saying is for a guy to be known for mid-range, you ain't always running off screens to get to the mid-range. Mid-range is right around man, stop it. Mid-range is right around the free throw line. You're not always running off. Rip didn't always run off screens to get to that free throw line.
No.
Stop it, man.
Reggie Miller ran off screen.
Thank you. Reggie Miller ran off screen.
He
Steph ran off
emulated
screen.
Reggie Miller.
Listen, hold on. Man, stop it.
I don't care what y'all talking about.
Most
He ain't break
guys-
nobody down. He wasn't breaking nobody down, bro.
Most guys who run off screens, running off screens that y'all talking about, they shooting that 3 ball. They ain't shooting. They ain't eating from mid-range.
No.
Man,
I'm talking about early 2000s. That is
Rip Hamilton was coming off them screens. I don't care what y'all.
I didn't say he wasn't coming off the screens. I
No,
said
he did come off the screen, but look, Rip Hamilton was definitely better than Klay Thompson at getting the ball and shooting it and creating his own shot.
Never.
Oh,
Klay Thompson?
Never.
What?
Never.
Klay Thompson.
Never, bro. Never.
Klay Thompson has a dribble and all right. So Klay Thompson has an ability to create his own shot. Is that what you said? That what you said?
I don't want to hear it.
Klay Thompson.
D-Runk, he's saying a pass first shooting guard. But what you say now about Klay Thompson? What happened now?
I'm saying that Rip Hamilton was better at creating his own shot than Klay Thompson.
Oh,
DeMar DeRozan.
Okay. Well,
DeMar DeRozan.
What'd you say?
That ain't what you said.
That is what I said. It's the same thing I said. I said that Rip Hamilton is better than.
Didn't he say he was better than didn't he say Rip was better than Klay Thompson?
I said Rip was better at creating his shot than Klay Thompson was.
I would agree with that though.
That's what I said.
Agree with that. That ain't what I heard. I'm agree with that.
Yeah, we're not
right. But if listen, the reason why Klay
No, he's not, Doc.
No. The reason why Klay can score 60 off of 5 dribbles is because if he had to dribble 5 more times, he wasn't getting that shot off. The boy is good. He daily shooting the ball, but when he got to create a shot, man, he gonna live behind the 3. He's not gonna drive in. And that could be
like 5 miles a game, like double anybody else. There's no way Klay Thompson couldn't survive at his size running as much as Richard Hamilton did.
Right,
there's no way.
Started that track in the wood off of Rip.
But he
ran a marathon in a game.
Listen, I'm talking about Rip Hamilton. You talking about the same Rip Hamilton that went to Connecticut?
Yes.
Is that what the Rip Hamilton we talking about?
Yes.
And when he got to Detroit, y'all telling me that's all he did was run off screens? Is that what you're really sitting here saying? Man, that sounds crazy.
What are you saying?
Man, stop it.
What was
what
he
I'm
doing?
saying to you, well, listen, what I'm saying to you is Rip Hamilton, he was known for mid-range. You're not being known for mid-range and all you doing is running off screens. You're not doing that. The two don't go together.
Bro? He curled off them screens. That's how he got them.
Man, Rip could get to the mid-range.
He
could get to the mid-range with it.
He would post people up and then fade, just like Rasheed did. Yeah, but come on. What?
Listen, did you hear what I said? I'm not saying that Rip Hamilton did not ever run off a screen. What I'm saying to you is to be known as a mid-range guy running off screens to get to that mid-range, to be known as a mid-range guy is not the only diet of what you did. It's not.
He wasn't breaking people down. He was getting a pick and roll or off a screen, bro. And that's how he got them mid-range.
That ain't what I just seen him do to Reggie Miller.
You watching it?
And hold on. I wish I can go picture in picture. Wait a minute. Bam.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Gully, with the share down below.
Let's do this. Let's watch this all together, okay?
Yeah, please. I need some type of.
And it better not be no top 10 plays. Like, let's.
It don't matter if it's one. It don't matter. It could be one.
Devin Booker calls Richard Hamilton an inspiration.
90% of his offense came off
I know. Just like Jason Tatum channeled his inner Kobe. Yeah, I get it. Anyway.
90% of his offense came off screen.
No. The whole point of calling for a screen is to take center out of the paint, so eating from screen midi don't make sense.
Look at that. Oh, what's he doing? Running around.
Screen.
Where's the screen?
You ain't see the off-ball screen.
All right, now let's look. Yep. Let's look. Boom, boom. Okay, cool.
All
right,
that's a screen. That's
a screen. Yeah, we see. And listen, no, they're not all of them. I just told you.
All of them.
All right, come on. Let's keep watching. Who got the ball in their hand? Okay, here come
screen. Screen.
What?
Every play.
Really? Pick is a screen. All right, cool. All right, bam.
Now, where you at? They go screen.
Okay, there we go. Yep.
He ran a curl.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Bam. Oh, where's the screen?
Okay, that's one.
Where's the screen?
He ran in front.
Nah, don't call that a rant. No,
we didn't see the whole play.
Oh, who got the ball in their hands? Oh, damn. Okay, that's a heck of a screen. That's a heck of a screen he did with the ball in his hands and nobody on him.
Nah, this is screen.
There it is.
There we go. Okay. Boom. Ran. Yep.
Oh,
there we
two
go.
of them.
Catch up, Michael Red.
There we
Yeah,
go.
two
Okay.
screens.
Hold on. Let's look. Oh, okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Now they're running. Oh, here come this heck of a screen. Right. Oh boy, here come a screen.
Fast break.
Oh man, what a
That's
screen that
fast break.
was.
That's
What a
fast
screen that
break.
was.
No,
Oh.
what you said, listen.
Here come a heck of a
Fast
screen.
break.
Wow,
That's a
what
fast
screen?
break.
Listen, what y'all trying to say
Fast
is
break. Fast
Oh, that's
break.
no.
whatever the case may be, there is evidence that Rip Hamilton did not. All he do was run off screen.
Oh, watch the screen. Here it comes. Oh, he said
Boom.
Hey, listen. Nobody said he did not come off screens. I said that's not all he did.
Oh,
You don't get
now
to be
we're moving the goalposts.
No.
That's what we said from the beginning.
That's what I said from the beginning.
Wide load, goalpost.
That's what I said from the beginning. I said you are not known as a mid-range shooter, but all you did was come off screens.
Nah, they call him a mid-range master. Right.
Yeah, listen.
We got
I said, oh my gosh.
Oh boy, here come this screen. Oh, wow. What screen was that? Oh, wait a minute. Here come another screen. Here come another screen. Oh, where's the man? That invisible 6-man on Detroit, man, set a beautiful screen for him.
Thank you,
Oh,
D-Ron.
here come another screen. Now this is a pick. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That was a screen.
So it was
If we were keeping
it
score
was
here.
75%
Oh,
screen.
here come a screen. Wow, look at that screen.
In transition.
It don't matter.
Break points.
Oh, look
It
at this.
don't
Oh, here come
matter.
another
Listen,
screen. Here come another
the
one.
point is,
Wow.
The point
He had
is,
1 second to shoot. He had to
Listen.
shoot it.
Look at that
listen, the
screen.
point is, every one of these plays
That
would
was
be
a
all
heave.
screens. There should be nothing else but screens in this
And
play,
if he
according
had
to
1 second to
YouTube.
shoot, shouldn't the screen have done? Here come another screen. Watch it. Watch the screen. Oh
Yeah,
man, look at
that's
that
my
undersized
I
shooting
said it
guard
was the-
with
it
that
was the
non-screen
post and
over that.
face-up
Oh, look
that-
at that. That's a screen. Heck of a screen, right
The
there.
point was, I said if Rip Hamilton was known as a mid-range shooter, and if you're known as a mid-range shooter, then that means everything you did was not just off of screens. We've seen screens, which is included in being a mid-range shooter, but at the same time, we've seen ISOs, which is included in being a mid-range shooter. To my point, Rip was more than just a guy who came off screens, being known as a mid-range guy. Hello?
What was Joe Johnson? Except he wasn't running off the screens.
I don't know. We're not talking about
Say
Joe
again,
Johnson. We're talking about Rip Hamilton.
What about Joe Johnson?
He had ISO.
Yeah.
ISO Joe.
Yeah. Joe Johnson was deadly off of ISO for sure.
Yeah,
He was the one-on-one player.
we're not talking about Joe Johnson. There's somebody on here. I don't know who it was. I mean, I have to look it up in the Rolodex. Somebody on here said Steph Curry and Reggie Miller. Now, if go back and look at how many screens Steph run off of.
But Steph breaks players.
Not
down.
Clay.
Okay, exactly. But
Clay
is Steph
what?
known as a mid-range guy?
No, he known as the best.
Exactly.
shooter of all
But
time.
how much of that is
Uh,
the game changing?
Say again.
Okay.
Say
Okay,
again.
that's my point. When
Say
you're
again.
known as a mid-range, when people talking basketball and they talking NBA players and they say, man, give me
Wait
a
a minute.
mid-range shooter. Name me
Okay,
a guy
but
that's
you're
a
saying
mid-range
Steph
shooter.
couldn't be.
No, I'm not saying Steph couldn't be. I said, is he known for that?
Well, no, because he's spacing.
Okay,
the
no
floor.
buts, no buts.
Check this
no
out.
buts.
If they say name your top 3 mid-range shooters of all time, your boy won't make that list.
Who will make it?
Ooh.
Jordan, Kobe, Kawhi. It won't be Rip Hamilton. He's not making it in the top.
Okay, it's funny
But
how
guess what?
it's funny
Rip
how
Reggie Miller.
no. It's funny how in
they
every
say-
other case. No, it's funny
if
how in
they
every
say-
other case you do a top 5 or a top 10. Now you're gonna talk about a
Now
top
listen,
3.
so if they say
Man, come on,
name
man,
your-
cut me in and cut it out.
name
You
your
gonna say
top-
top 3 just because you already had them 3 dudes in mind. Man, cut me in and cut it out, man. Cut me in and cut it. In every other case, he quick to come out. Name your top 5. Name your top 10. We ain't in the top 15. It's always in multiples of 5. But now all of a sudden it's only multiplied by 3, which is the square root of 9. Man, cut me in and cut it out. Man. Cut me in and cut it out. Man,
DJ,
cut
he
me in
was
and cut it
sick.
out.
He knew.
Cut me in and cut it out. Cut me in and cut it out, man.
You know it.
Oh,
Cut me in
man.
and cut it out, man. Man, stop it. Man, I ain't trying to hear that, man.
You know
If
it.
they say name your top 3
Yeah.
players
got
off
you.
a screen, he'd be number 2. He'd be number 1. He might be number 3. But
If they said name your-
mid-range,
if they said name me a hella mid-range player, they're gonna say Rip Hamilton. And they're gonna say
number 8. He'd be like number 8.
And they're gonna ask you, did all he eat off of was screens?
Yes, predominantly.
Not predominantly.
They might say
not
that.
predominantly.
They might say that.
When you play Detroit, when it's time for your boy to get a play, they running the screens. They run the team on screens.
Oh, so he can't ISO
multiple times.
He don't ever ISO. If he got a mix match, anybody gonna ISO if they get a mismatch.
Okay, so he ain't ever posted at the elbow.
Yeah, he got a mismatch.
We seen it.
He's not going at a good
okay,
mono
so then
with nobody.
Okay, so TJ Ford or something like.
Okay, but then again, how does that factor into all? All he did was run off screens.
We not saying that. We saying
that's what you said at the beginning.
That's what y'all said.
We
that's
saying
exactly
more
what
so
y'all
he
said.
is a screen player, bro.
You said all he ever did was run off screens.
All he ever did, and I said,
for the most part, 85% of his game is screen.
No, we're not talking about percentages.
So let's get back to what I said, which started this. 85% of Rip Hamilton's shots were off
wait a minute.
screens.
But what about Dirk Nowitzki?
What about Dirk Nowitzki?
You're talking about greatest mid-range shooters.
No, we're not talking about.
We're not talking about greatest. Stop moving the goalposts, TJ.
No. I compared. I said Rip Hamilton ate more off the mid-range than Clay. That's what I said. I said Clay is almost exclusively a screen. He a screen or dribble. He don't do it, and it's probably. And I gotta have some more sympathy for Clay because maybe with the degree of injuries, his game had to evolve. He can't do it, but it frustrates me because Clay almost exclusively is he going.
Did he do it before he had? Did he do it before he had the injuries?
I don't know. I don't know how effective he was at being more like an ISO Joe or more like a mid-range shooter. I'm telling you that I know Rip, for as often as he ate off screens, he certainly more frequently for me created his own shot in the mid-range and got there. Clay was going to dribble in and go out.
TJ, put your arm down. We see your deodorant. Yeah, we can ready to get out of here. This was a good one.
No, you got Bird. Clay, I'm sorry, KD.
What point we trying to prove, TJ?
You're trying to say he a mid? That's him. He was mid range. No,
Who?
He was a screen player first. He was running off screens before the mid range shot, bro.
When you think of
Chicago, that's what he was. Chicago
Steve Nash, 47% of his shots came between 14 and 23 feet. So there you have it, Barbershop. There's your greatest mid-range shooter.
Steve Nash, no, man, nobody said greatest mid-range shooter. When you think of Rip Hamilton, you think of him as his mid-range game.
I think of Rip Hamilton, him running around them screens to get open.
Yeah, okay, got you.
Dirk, 47%.
Yeah, ask anybody. Ask anybody. Give me one word to describe Rip Hamilton, and they'll tell you mid-range.
They say screens.
They'll say mid-range.
Mid-range.
Or they say goggles.
The master man.
Yeah, okay, got you. Yeah, anywho, yeah, we getting ready to get out of here. I appreciate everybody who's joining us today. Yeah, this was a pretty good one.
Every time you come on this show, it get out of hand. Your takes is crazy, bro.
I don't know what you mean because it seemed like I be making points, bro.
It be making sense, you mean?
You and Barbershop J be my buddy and all.
Kobe only shot 40.8% from the mid-range.
Oh, okay, and you and Double J is what? My cousin.
I'm just pointing.
Get out of here.
Because Double J, the only other person who thinks logically on this
show.
show.
Tell me what guard shot better? Like how significant? So think about a productive shooting guard.
I just told you Steve Nash that took at least 1,000 shots.
Okay.
Steve Nash was not a shooting guard.
Well, now it's
he said guard.
I said shooting guard. When I started this whole thing, I was talking about shooting guards. And that's why I asked the question about pass first shooting guards. Now,
well, you got CJ McCollum at 46.4%, Steph at 46.6.
Passing?
There you go.
No, they're shooting guards. Shooting guards. That's their shooting percentage.
CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen. Then ain't really no argument there.
But those are the leaders. Again, 14.
Those are the leaders all time.
Last 20 years.
Last 20 years.
Those are pass first shooting guards?
No. In general.
In general. All right. So shooting guards. That's
Quentin Richardson was
40%.
32%.
He said
Brewer,
pass
33.
first shooting guards.
I
Why are we
know,
looking
I'm
up
just saying-
generalities?
I'm just saying. So you can
that's
see,
a dumb statement because ain't no pass first shooting guard.
Right. So my point with that beginning in it is when we compare,
then
we always
DeRozan
talk about small forwards or small forwards specifically, even centers, because centers historically tend to pass the ball better than shooting guards. You look at Kareem, you look at Wilt, you look at Bill Russell. They tend to have
Joker.
Yeah, they tend to have,
watch Travion Williams on
right.
the
They
on the
tend to
Warriors
have
this year.
assist percentages probably on par, if not better than many of your all-time great shooting guards. My point is, shooting guards aren't relied upon to distribute and assist. Their capability of doing so is a dynamic. But when we say, "Oh, this guy is a better player, this guy is a better all-time great because he passed the ball more, and his position is one that is not a shooting guard," then it's like it's a inaccurate
misnomer.
It's a misnomer.
A misnomer.
How you gonna tell me a dude that's supposed to pass before he shoot is better than the guy who's supposed to shoot before he pass because he passed before he shoot?
Thank you.
No, the reason I say the person is better is because of the competition he went against.
Okay. Fair enough.
And that's why I left it to the last 20 years. I didn't expand it further than that, based on even incorporating TJ's rationale.
Okay, so then when we say rings or championships and so on and so forth, or all-time scoring leaders and things of that nature, when we throw all that other stuff in, when Kareem held the record for all-time scoring leader, whatever it is, he had 6 rings. So what we gonna call him?
Easy. Who was he going against?
Olajuwon, Parrish, Walton.
He was going against a lot of guys that's on the top 75 all-time great list.
Yes.
They should. A lot of them guys shouldn't be up there. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay, so then what about the guys that was on the so wait a minute. So wait a minute. So then what about the all-time? What about the all-time 50 list?
Plumbers, they should not be on
What about the all-time 50 list?
What?
They expanded the list to 75.
If we do 50 now, a lot of them old guys won't make it.
Why not?
Because they sorry compared to the game. Sorry compared to the guys now.
Really?
So then why do they keep records?
And then explain the fact. Hold on, wait a minute. Explain the fact that a dude that you'll never consider the GOAT got just as many championships in this era with competition as the guy you consider the GOAT. You'd never say Clay you never say that Steph is better than Jordan. You say that you say LeBron is better than Jordan. You never say Steph is better than LeBron.
Why would I say Steph? Why would I say Steph better than Jordan and he only got 1 MVP in the finals?
You proving my point. I'm saying you never consider Steph.
He wasn't the best player on his team 2 times. My guy always was the best player.
You never consider Steph better than LeBron with 4 titles.
I'm just telling you why. You ain't listening.
Say again? Because what?
Steph, on 2 of them championships, he was the second best player.
Okay, he got 4 titles.
2 of them championships, he was the second best player.
That's fine.
Then one of them, he let a guy off the bench take the MVP from him.
No, you know what? I'm gonna have to concede that to you. I'm gonna have to concede that to you because it was a lot of.
Ain't never let nobody off the bench take nothing. You can't get nothing from him while he on the court.
I just want to read this.
But the argument could have been made that Kyrie deserved that NBA Finals MVP.
Why? How?
Why? Because
he made that shot.
Not only did you see the production in the entire series?
He had the same production as LeBron did.
He matched his production.
How he had the same? Hold on, time out.
Hold on. No. Let me ask it this way.
Go ahead then.
Let me ask it this way. Go back and look at that finals. Let's say LeBron ain't on that team and Kyrie still put up had that same output. He ain't the MVP.
If LeBron ain't on that team, Kyrie won't make it to the playoffs.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? I said if Kyrie put it them, let their production to be the same exact production that he had with LeBron. Put LeBron to the side. Kyrie is the same production, but it's just Kyrie and no LeBron. Is Kyrie an MVP?
If they win, yes.
No. Okay then. So the argument can be made that Kyrie
could have won the MVP.
Well, we gonna give him a small consideration because he was the second best player.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
We
man,
give
come
him
on, man.
consideration.
Yeah, but
y'all
couldn't
know
you have
that.
said that about Steph under the same circumstances?
Yeah, largely, yeah. Yeah.
I just feel like that's a mute point. Like it's.
Let's see.
Y'all saying Steph Curry?
In the meantime, I'm going to read this to you. Came here to make sure my boy got some love. Dude had a unique game. Talking about Rip Hamilton. I enjoyed watching him run around the court, coming off screen after screen, sideline to sideline, until finally cutting off some action near the free throw line for a 17-footer. That guy could run all day.
Yeah, we know that. I said Rip Hamilton at UConn. Listen, once again.
But here we go.
Hold on.
He didn't come off screens.
No,
we didn't say he didn't come off screens.
We never said that. See, you're piecemealing and being selective about what it is I said. I said that Rip Hamilton was known as a mid-range guy, but because he was known as a mid-range guy, that don't mean he did not come off screens. I'm saying is that him coming off screens was not the only thing that he did. That's what I said. Come on, don't. Come on now, cut me in and cut it out.
They started tracking that people running around the court from Rip Hamilton. Do y'all know that?
I do.
They started that with him.
Okay, and
he's running around screens. He ain't just running up and down the court. He's running around.
You think that's what I'm saying? You mean he made all of his money run off screens?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, he did not.
Oh man, there's got to be.
No, he did not.
Somewhere.
No, he did not.
Even Chicago, Rip. He ain't have a.
Hey, listen.
He didn't have a dribble drive.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know Rip Hamilton in Chicago. I only know him in
Detroit. But there's a reason why they traded for him, and it wasn't because he just ran off screens.
But I know when he got to Detroit, that's what he was doing.
Maybe that's all he needs.
Nobody said that he did not run off screens.
When the play was set up for him, it was to run off a screen. It was never ice.
Hey, film study how to play without the ball.
Hold on. So wait a minute. Hamilton. So Rip never did nothing else but come off screens.
No,
like Reggie Miller.
No, that's not what we saying.
That's what you said. You said that's all he did.
Double J. I mean barbershop. This is what I'm saying. When I think of somebody running off screens, it's like three people: Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and Rip Hamilton. Them the top three in my head. Then you got Clay and Steph. But then was the first one.
There is literally.
Okay, got you. Okay. But now, why do they call Rip Hamilton? Why is mid-range associated with Rip Hamilton's name?
And not screens.
He probably shoot good mid-range, though.
Okay. I would say that the screens are more attached to his name than mid-range.
They are.
But listen, if you're known as a mid-range player, you're not just all you're ever doing is running off screens.
It says Rip versus Reggie. A master of running off screens. Rip Hamilton talks about his style of play and how he used to battle with Reggie Miller to beat him at his own game. Come on, guys. What are we doing here?
Listen, if you are a mid-range player, the only thing you're doing, you're not just running off screens all the time.
Is that what DeMar DeRozan does?
Yeah, you listen, nobody said he didn't run off screens. But I'm saying to you, that's not all he ever did.
I think it's a knock on Hamilton in Reggie Miller to say that's what DeMar DeRozan does.
No. I'm sorry. I watched Rip from UConn. I watched him early at UConn from his freshman days at UConn all the way through to Detroit and Chicago and whatnot. Man, come on, man. Yeah, Rip ran off screens. That goes without saying.
Swaggy P. I think when we played against Detroit, oh man, I had to go against Hamilton. He was coming off 12 screens.
And 40, how many minutes did he play? 46.
But he was talking about one play. He was talking about one play. Okay. One possession. That's what he
never
was
still.
to.
Rip Hamilton was deadly from the 2-point range, coming off screens and knocking down mid-range jumpers like it was his job.
Exactly. Again, if you're known as
you can't get one without the other.
Nobody is saying that he did not run off screens. I'm saying that he's running off screens. That part goes without saying. What I'm saying to you is that's not all he did. That is not all he did. Gully got to go. Yeah, we got to get out of here. Hold on, it's a private chat here. He had to go. Oh, okay. Yeah, he said he just hit me in the private chat. He had to go. Yeah, we getting ready to get out of here too. Oh my gosh. Yes, look at this. The time. Yeah, it's insane. Anyway,
it's you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, got you. It's me. It's whatever the case may be. Yeah, got you.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, and on that note, it's been fun. No quote. We got to run. We
Sidney
appreciate y'all.
Poitier.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for Sidney Poitier, it wouldn't been no Denzel. It's been fun. We got to run.
Even
Don't forget to check
Denzel
us out.
said that out his mouth. So
I know he did. Okay, I know. Yeah, all right, exactly. Anyway, yeah, don't forget to check us out every Wednesday and Sunday now at 8 on the PM side right here on the Yard, or you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and of course YouTube. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'd be much obliged. That little bell notification, ding ding.
That's right, Dynamite.
If that don't work, Google it. For my man's B Rich, who wasn't with us today, D Gully, who joins us today, Doc, who was weighing in, D Rank, Double J, and TJ, Mr. Detroit Land, and all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. We appreciate y'all for staying with us this long. Holla.